You get this prompt set up. Hey, so. Hey, Dr. No Job.
Listen, hi. You too big to come on my channel. You too big now to
No,
bless
I'm
me with your
not. Don't.
presence. You too big to, cause you don't come on
No,
my channel no more. You don't come on my,
look. No,
yeah.
no, no. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. You know it's emotional. You know, I know you be drained like I be drained, right?
Oh, I do.
But to tell you the truth, people always say that. I'm still scared. You know, I got, my lisp and everything. I'm still trying to, I
Good.
just be nervous on other people panel when I don't have control.
No, that's true, but you good though. You know that's always a safe space on my live. You've been there before, so I mean you
Yeah.
good. You don't look nervous to me. We when you be checking these tethers and these immigrants, you don't look nervous to me with them
I,
snow roaches. With them snow roaches, I'm not buying. That's a good one though. I ain't gonna lie. That's a
Dr.
good one.
No
I ain't gonna lie.
Job.
That's a good one. What you
But
say?
I promise you, it's the truth. I don't know. I get my superpowers. I gotta. I be on some people panel. Sometimes I will, but I swear I be nervous. Like I don't know how I do what I do. But when it come to being, getting out there, and away from my comfort zone, I be like,
Nah, you good. No, you good. I'm not really expecting you to be on there like that. Just come, bless me for 5, 10 minutes and go
I
down.
will.
I get it.
Okay,
You
I
know what
will,
I'm saying?
Doctor No
Cause
Job.
it draining. I ain't gonna get it twisted. Once you done with your live, you're like, I'm drained. I get it. Trust me, I get it. That's why after my live, people invite me. I'm like, most of the time I don't really bother, to be honest with you, cause I just
Yeah.
fought the fight. I gotta fight
This
another fight on top of that. Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah, I am though, and you know what else, Doctor No Job? Thank you, Miss
yes.
Harlem. I am. I'm trying to get my schedule together. I want to only stream 5 days a week, but I'm gonna try to get at least 6 days and have a day off.
It's hard. Yeah, I get DM like, how come you not live tonight? I get DM.
I know,
People
right?
did. Like I
People
don't
be
have no
like, "What
life.
time you coming on?" You be like, "Damn, I wasn't even coming on."
Right. It's like you going live tonight, they would see me. Yeah, come up, Dr. Noja. You going live tonight, I swear. I just be laughing like, yeah, I'm gonna go live. Cause I go live to like mainly 7 times, but sometimes 6. It depends. I got stuff to do sometimes.
You
You know
be
what I'm saying?
late night though. You late
I'm
night.
eight, yeah, I'm 8 to 10, most likely 8 to 10. I give like 2 hours. If it really popping off, I might stay 11. Cause sometimes I stay late. Cause some people their hours are different from New York time, like that. So I kind of stay late sometime for Toy and the rest of them. Cause they want me to stay late. Sometimes I do stay late.
Oh, and Mr. Doctor No Job. What time is it in New York?
Right now it's 6. It's 5:24 right now.
Oh, we the
Five
same
twenty-four.
time here in Florida then.
Oh, you're in Florida? I thought it was an hour. I thought it was an hour different in Florida. No.
It's 5:24 here.
Yeah, the same thing over here. It's you know what I'm saying, 5:24. But some people don't in California, so it's a 3 hour time difference like in California, like that. You know what I'm
Oh.
saying? So that's why I be going. Sometimes I would stay late, not the norm, but really 8 to 10. But after the 2 hours, when you get them trolls and them tethers up there, it draining. It
And I
just
normally stream from like 4 to 10 hours.
right. So you just I can't do that. That's way too long. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie. That's way two. You know what I mean? Two. I get it. But then I gotta deal with the people in the box. They want to overtalk everybody because everybody want to. When somebody, one person sits in my other pocket, everybody get off their mic. You go da 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 da. Da. I don't want to mute you, but chill. I don't. We could eat them up. Or we could eat one by one and just.
Man, I be throwing my hands in the air now. Hey,
But me
Journal,
too.
thank you.
I go.
What's her Queen Diamond want to know what part of New York you in? Hey, let me just say, hey, Journal. Hey, Queen Diamond. Hey, Soul.
Jamaica
Hey,
Queen.
Miss Harlem.
Jamaica Queens, Jamaica Queens. I was born in Harlem and raised in Jamaica Queens like that. That's Tether Central New York. It's like a rap right now. Have to be honest, so in New York right now, it's Tetherville. We kind of stick a fork in it. Have to be honest with you. You know what I'm
What made
saying?
you stay there, Doctor No Job?
Family, family. You know what I'm saying? Family. But it's a wrap. I'm got throwing the towels, man. Enough is enough. Like California, it's a wrap. We got to find somewhere where we could be like the Minnesota, like the Somalians did. We got to do the same thing somewhere down south. We have to, because so we have to do that. We got to do the same thing. Go in a certain area where they not there and build and work together. We have to do that. To be honest with you, man, because it ain't working out for us in New York. It ain't working out in California. They chasing black folks out there at their homes in California.
Yeah,
You know?
can you live in being a New Yorker? I've been curious about this because I'm from Detroit and we didn't have that explosion of immigrants like that, especially melanated ones. Can you tell them apart?
Yeah, hey, yeah, 'cause I grew up with them. I could tell a Trinidadian and a Jamaican, African, they just came around. We didn't grow up with them in New York. We grew up with Jamaican, the Caribbean, like Trinidadian, like I said. We could tell them apart, especially when they speak, it's a rap. And the way they walk too, a Jamaican have a certain walk. A Caribbean, you see, a lot of them have flip-flops on in the wintertime. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, they're not one of us. You know what I'm saying? But it's getting harder. Like today, I was in Target, and I'm looking at this woman she was black, and I'm looking. And I'm like, she looked like I had a little sister, and she started speaking Spanish. I was like, oh man, it's getting harder and harder, man. It's getting harder and harder. That's what I'm saying, yo. It's getting harder with that one. So we got to question people. Who are you? What's your background? Your grandmother did that. My grandmother did that. When I bring friends to my crib, my grandmother give me the third degree. Like who your family? Who your mother? We gotta do the same thing, yo. We got to do the same thing.
But
'Cause
why I got you, and I'm happy you be coming over here because I love your point of view on a lot of things. And so let me ask you, Dr. No
yeah,
Job, before I ask you about the prompt. Um, have you been noticing this whole Latino and Asian unification thing they doing on social media?
it's against
What?
us.
Yeah,
It's against
exactly.
us. It's
That's what I'm
against
saying.
us.
When have that been the thing? Latinos
Not
and
this.
Asians.
Right now, we got our foot on the Asian boycotting them, and we've been not messing with the Latino. We've been stop messing with them. So they're
Hmm.
like they don't like us either. They don't like you. Let's team up. Let's work together. Like they're doing anti FBA because they don't like each other anyway. You gotta
Right.
all Latino don't get along. Trust me, they don't get along like that. They just anti FBA like that. That's it, man. You know what I mean? They're
And,
gonna lose anyway, so they can team up all they want. I'm gonna team up with ICE. That's what I'm
right.
gonna do.
And then
So
Dr. No Job, how you feel about that Asian burning that cross in Chicago?
I'm not too shocked. To be honest, I'm not shocked. They have a white tea supremacy. An Asian dude chased down a young boy and got him in the back. Because that's white supremacy. I could do what I want to you. They beat black women up in the store. If they believe they stole a nail file or whatever the case may be, they've been disrespecting us, yo. Now we disrespecting ourselves by buying Chinese food, by getting our nails done in here, done in Chinese.
You don't think
I'm
the
not eating no
boycott?
Chinese.
You don't think the
I'm not.
boycott is? You don't think it's moving
I'm
along
not
in a
eating no
good
Chinese food.
direction?
No, the first thing should go is the Chinese food. That's the first
Hmm.
thing. You got no right. We can survive without eating the Chinese food. It's not even healthy anyway. So that be
Right.
the first one to go. Then the hair and the nails right after that. Let's start with the food first because it's not healthy anyway for us. It's not.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
hold on. Let's see what Melly talking about. Hey, Melly, how you
Hi,
doing?
everybody. Good
Hi-
morning. Hi,
Good
Dr.
morning.
Noja. I
What's
follow
your
him.
ethnicity, Melly?
I'm Hispanic. And I'm gonna vote for Rubio because Rubio's gonna take over the world.
I doubt it. I doubt if he gonna take over the United States of
Anyways,
America.
it's either JD Vance or Rubio. Yeah.
Okay, so all right. So, wow, you just
Yeah,
I'm
we're Latinos for Trump. We're getting ready for Latinos for Rubio. We can see his potential, so yeah.
well. I doubt if he'll be getting a lot of Black American support.
You know, if he wants the votes, he needs to find ground. He
I
needs to
don't think
find
he.
ground and offer everybody a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think
It
he
cannot
gonna.
be just white proximity. He has to do. You know, he wants a good cabinet. He has to include men. Yeah.
You mean Black Americans?
Yes.
Why you think
Yeah.
it's so much anti? Yeah, hold
FBA
on,
though. FBA.
hold on, Melly. Let me ask you something. Why you think it's so much anti-blackness in your community?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. My community is it's debilitated. It's debilitated by the Democrats. It's they had instilled this ideology of suppression and oppression and competitiveness and oh we're not gonna have enough
That was a great
food
question.
and look at them and this and
Sir, please don't
I feel
interrupt.
bad. I feel bad because to be honest with you, I feel like I'm not one of those, so I cannot
No
speak with
excuse.
for
No
everybody.
excuse.
Sir, can you please
But
not interrupt her? What did you say, Melly?
oh, I'm just saying I'm not one of those. I feel like if you're a taxpayer, of course you're gonna get your voice speak up. Simple as that. So if Rubio wants to have, you know what I mean, more Black American voting for him, he has to include. He has to
Hey,
include. He
Black.
has a
I
voice.
want to keep your camera off. You distracting me. How
Mhm.
many? Not you, Melly. How many FBA Black Americans? Let me ask y'all something. How many of you will vote for Marco Rubio?
I
Put
feel like
put a
right
one
now,
in the chat, in a two, a one for yes, a two for no. Melly, so let me ask you: do you think it's a such thing as a black and brown coalition?
honestly, it will be. I think it will be. I think I see like Dr. No Job. I see a bunch of community leaders looking at the future, and I think maybe it could be. But like I said, I don't know. It all depends. It depends of the FBA and Latinos for Rubio or Trump.
Oh
If they're
no,
gonna be voting for an Hispanic or not, or if they're
I
gonna
don't
be
think that's
voting
gonna
for
happen.
JD Vance.
We don't like being called nigs. You know what word I'm talking about.
Oh,
We don't like black Americans being
you should have.
unalive.
You should have not hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we hear it every day, and we don't like also black Americans being unalived in California by Latinos. I don't think that's
Mhm.
gonna work. I'm sorry, but
Okay, well, that
I
will be
don't think.
your personal perspective.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I said, I live in California. I still, even though they call eyes on me and million things,
Hmm.
to be honest with you, in Southern California, we still have the unity. I work among social workers who are African American. I don't never call them by the color.
We
They're my
prefer
friends,
black
so I don't
American
know.
though, but we prefer black American at
Yeah.
least.
Okay, and like I said, you have to look for representation. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
Yeah, and from California, that's not true. There's no unity. My grandmother and us, we were in California since 1940. My mom is still out there. The Mexicans are racist. They have overran the government. They have overran everything except Compton. Thank God we're still standing 10 toes down. So for her to give this fake unity statement is a lie. And when they have
I'm
an
sorry.
accent
It
like
depends
that,
on where you
when
live. I
they
live
have
in
an accent,
Temecula, so I don't. I
when they
don't.
have an accent like that, you can't trust them. This girl just got here 2 weeks ago. You can't trust people like this. We don't want them to represent our vote, our voice, or our country, and anyone they vote for always votes
Okay,
the
but
opposite.
it's an immigrant, right?
Adios.
No, you're an
Okay, it's
immigrant.
an immigrant. It's an immigrant. They come from all the different places. I cannot speak about immigrants because they come over here. And Hispanic and
No
Latino,
unity.
there are like so many races, so many colorism. I cannot speak with the
But
whole
do you support
community.
Asian businesses?
Do I what?
Do you support Asian businesses?
Asian?
Yeah, Asian, like Chinese.
I just go and do my eyebrows.
Well, we
So
boycotting Asian businesses right now.
okay, okay, I got no
So,
problem with
so
that.
that's not
Like I
solidarity.
said, like I'm a self-serving, individual. So I really don't, you know what I mean? But I have no
Most
problem.
immigrants are
You know what I mean?
self-serving. Most immigrants are self-serving. We know. Very
Yeah,
selfish.
I'm
We
a
know.
self-serving. Yeah, I've been here for 35 years. Came here illegally. Okay, I got my shit legally. So then I'm an honest person. I'm not gonna be telling you here a bunch of lies. You know,
Well,
like I
I
said, I
appreciate
work
that.
as a social worker in the San Bernardino County. I guess San Bernardino County for social workers, we're treat the same people the same way. So,
San
you know,
Bernardino County, y'all, just so you're aware, it's one of the most violent gang infested places right now.
yeah, and I
It
love,
actually, hold
and
on,
I
hold
have
on.
no
It
problem
actually
working with
outbeats
them.
San
LA County.
Bernardino, and my
I
God,
have no
gang
problem
Exactly.
working with
infested.
them
You guys
because
have
they're still
turned it
my
into a
people.
dump.
They're still
So
people.
wait a minute. Let me ask the Black Americans on this
Yeah, a lot of
panel.
people do not like to work in the Bernardino. And yes, us Latinas, social worker Latinas, we go and work in the Bernardino, and I have no problem with that because they're my people and they're
Oh,
disabled and they're my clients and I love them to death.
okay. So do undocumented immigrants get any EBT, health insurance, anything?
I'm gonna tell you, okay? I have a cousin. She came here illegally. She been here illegally all her life. She has 4 kids with different men. She had her medical. She went and fixed her boobs, and she went and fixed her anything. And she's
With
crying now.
Medicaid? With
She's
Medical?
crying. She's
Wait,
It's a
crying
state
about.
insurance.
that,
Medi-Cal is a state insurance that
Yeah,
California
she's
offers.
crying. She's
hold,
crying now because they're gonna pick her up. But we as the individuals, we make decisions,
So
and
wait
so
a
I
minute,
cannot advocate for that.
wait a minute. I
Mel,
got one last question,
right?
American. I got one last question, and then
Okay.
I'll open it up. Because thank you for standing up here and answering our questions. But how do you feel? Do you support reparations for foundational Black Americans?
Yes, I do. A
Okay,
hundred
go ahead,
percent.
American. Go ahead,
A
American.
thousand
So
percent. A
no,
thousand percent. You
I
guys
wanted to
have generational wealth that was taken from you guys.
thank you
You
for
guys
saying
gotta
that
claim
because
it
that's
back.
true. Okay, so let me ask you this: you said she got her boobs done through state insurance.
Yeah,
What?
she got the when you're like really big. And so she had what is called the lipo, what is called the
Reduction.
stomach surgery. After the stomach surgery, she went and got her everything else fixed up. And like I said, I don't advocate for
What?
that. I don't advocate for that.
That's crazy.
You know, my clients, my consumers, they get their small little check, 1,200 a month. They barely can make it in San Bernardino. No. Yeah, and you know we have to fight so much for the little housing. No, it's not fair. They need reparation. Exactly. Yeah, no, and to be
Wait a
honest with
minute.
you,
Hold
it
on,
was
Melly.
needed. It
Melly,
was
Melly.
needed.
Hold on, Melly. Who was that talking? Was that Watchdog or Be Real?
No, it wasn't Watchdog.
Who was it? Be Real?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Be Real. Are you going to vote for Marco Rubio for the United States president?
Well, who says he's running?
That's what Melly says. He's going to be the next United States president.
I'm just
Would I
saying.
vote for him? He's a gentleman. If he runs, I might consider it, yes.
Same
Yeah,
here.
like I think he includes the voices of everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He's a very smart, intelligent,
Hold
wise,
on. I
fair
don't
man.
think so. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I promised my husband I wouldn't yell during this live, but I don't think I don't see where he spoke negatively about Black Americans. He's never came out in solidarity.
When did he say that?
Hold on, I'm gonna drop you. Yeah, he has never spoke out against the unalivement of Black Americans. What have he done for Black Americans specifically? We talking about with no immigrant attached to it at all, no coalition, just the people who've been over here for the 500 or more years. What have he ever done specifically for Black Americans?
If he haven't done anything, he better move. You know, like
Yeah.
I said, because I don't want you guys to vote for
Obama ain't do
somebody
nothing
that
either,
is
be
gonna
real.
just not offer anything to the people. You
Yeah,
know,
because that's what we looking for our vote moving
of course.
forward. We need something specific for us, for Black Americans, not
Can you guys please keep supporting HUD housing, you know, federal funding for Social Security, please. We have a lot of kids in that they're disabled. They need foster moms in the system, please. Social workers, Latinas, don't call eyes of us.
no, because
We're trying to help
Latinos,
people.
Latinos, we see Latinos. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know if you don't know or not, or you just being like, if you just acting like you don't know. But I don't know. It's that
No.
coalition is broken.
Yeah, I understand that. But you know what? Society, it gives you harsh, you know, I,
Thank
what
y'all
can I
for the
say,
gift.
you know, but like I said, I cannot speak with the whole for the whole
But
community.
do you
Everybody's
talk to your
supporting you.
community about the anti-black? And it's not just Latinos; it's all immigrant groups. It's a segment of all immigrant groups who come here and try to get
Yeah.
down on the Black Americans.
I
Do you ever
actually,
talk
I
to your
yes, I
community
do.
about
I
that?
actually I go to
Thank you.
Imperial Valley College with my students, and we have mecha. We kind of have the support from the brown, not the brown berets. It's the Black Panthers, and so we go and speak about it. You know, San Bernardino is really
Did you hear what she
Hispanic and
said, love?
Black.
Wait,
It's
love, did you
Hispanic and
catch what she
Black,
said?
so
What she say?
She said the
Black
Melas, those are the
Panthers.
brown panthers, the fake
Mm-hmm.
Black Panthers. That's what they call the
Yep.
the
brown
brown berets,
panthers.
yeah. So they
Yep.
go, like I said, like
So it's
in
no
our
representation of Black people. She's letting us know they have their own brown panthers in California and they only do brown stuff. Girl,
yeah,
listen,
they
they
have the
are
brown
anti-Black
berets,
in California.
but Black Panthers they have come through a lot in San Bernardino. They have a chapter there. So I
All I
work
can
all
say,
day.
Melly,
So
is before I
I work
open
in
it
San
up.
Bernardino. I deal with
Right.
everybody. So I don't know
But
about any
all I can
racism
say is,
anywhere else.
right, Melly, just continue to talk to your people about the anti-black racism within the Latino. That's all we can ask, because we're gonna keep fighting it on our end. Do anybody got anything to ask Melly before we move on to talk to Melly about? No. Okay. Hey, watchdogs, how you doing?
Good.
What's your ethnicity?
I'm white.
All right. What do you got to say to the prompt? Oh, wait. Let me ask you this question. Was your people here before the Civil War or after?
After.
Okay. So, what do you got to say on the prompt?
Well, who's responsible? People are responsible for their own actions.
No, no, no. About the cross burning. We already know it was an Asian who burnt that K triple K cross in the middle of a neighborhood in Chicago. What you got to say about that?
It's wrong. It's offensive. I think it's wrong.
Don't you think it's historically traumatic for Black Americans to see something like that?
Yeah, that's why I said it's wrong.
And what you think should be done to people who do that type of HATE crimes?
Well, it's not a crime to do that, but it's
I think it's a crime to burn anything like that, a big wooden flag in the middle of a park. What if trees in the middle of a neighborhood? What if trees would have caught on fire or anything? That's arson, you don't think?
well, that would have been, yeah, but if that doesn't occur, the event itself is not illegal. It's freedom. I don't agree with burning flags, but that's you want to burn a flag, burn a flag. It's your legal right to do it. I don't agree with a lot of things that people do on this planet, but you have the freedom to do it. It's just the way it is. You
Okay, how
know,
do you are you pro immigration?
I'm pro legal immigration.
Do you support reparations for foundational Black Americans?
Not even a little bit. Zero.
Okay,
You
can you
already got
tell us
reparation.
why?
You already got
Hold on,
reparations.
but you're an immigrant. So
Yeah.
act like one on this panel, sir. So
And you're
can you
not?
tell us why? Oh no, we're not. We're not
Oh,
immigrants.
that's right. You're
An
indigenous.
immigrant is a person who decided willfully to come to the United States of America. We the only non-immigrants.
I was
Can you
born
tell
here.
me why? Yeah, you still an immigrant. I don't know why
Okay.
y'all think y'all different than African,
We're all immigrants.
Jamaican. Hold on, a Latino. Just because you got white skin don't make you no better than any other immigrant, sir. Now, can you tell us, Black Americans, who we offered the plate to you for you to float over here by boat, filthy and starving, to come to a country that we built. So, can you tell us why we don't deserve reparations?
You already got your reparations
How? Can you explain how?
by us putting up with your shit for
Oh,
decades.
okay. Well, hold on, watchdog. Don't get upset now. We just having a conversation. I don't know why immigrants always get upset.
That's your reparations, putting up with
Okay,
your
immigrant,
shit.
hold on. Do anybody want to respond to Watchdog or have a conversation? Because I just started this live and I'm
Yeah.
trying to hold on.
I have a question for Watchdog. Watchdog, so if you go on a public property and start a fire, you said that's not a crime?
He didn't start a fire. He just
If you hold on, if you go on public property and lit something on fire, Watchdog, that is a crime. And secondly, Watchdog, you are an anchor baby. Your family actually came over here on a boat,
no
poor,
shit.
needing help. That story doesn't apply to us foundational Black Americans. We are the indigenous people that were here from the beginning of time. So those
Wow,
stories
you
that you
sure
hear,
were.
hold on, white person,
Wow,
immigrant. Hold
you
on,
sure were
immigrant.
the beginning of
Anchor baby.
time. Wow.
Anchor baby, listen, anchor baby. It's okay, relax. I know it hurts your feelings to know that you are an anchor baby. So, like the host said, act humble like your grandparents did when they begged to come over by boat to a country that you are now here to profit off of.
Either that or he can be an incubator. He can be one of them Cabbage Patch baby
That's true.
children. Or what, so what boat you come from? Ellis Island, Mayflower, or you an incubator baby?
He probably one or two generations by
Right,
the
because
sounds of him.
them anchor babies, I mean incubator babies, the ones that's around here acting real stupid.
They don't know who their great great grandparents are. They really don't because they were really
Yeah.
made in test tubes at world fairs.
And
That's
what
why
are
they
Yep.
you?
never know
What
who
are
their
you
grandparents
really?
are.
Are you Irish? Are you Italian? What are you? Because white is not a thing. What are you? Who are you really? Do you
I'm
know?
an I'm
a,
a great
a denial
Italiano.
person,
Oh, you an
a very
Italian.
denial,
Did he say an
a
Italiano.
very
Italian?
denial person.
Hold on, go Rev. Did he say
My heritage.
Italian?
Can I what
It's
now?
Are you
Italian.
you Italian? Oh, the
Yeah,
mob,
Italian.
huh? The criminal
Yeah,
class
the
of
ones that rule
the
your people.
immigrants.
The ones that you bow down to.
The original Italians were actually black. Shout out to
Can I
us and the
answer that?
Thank
original
you. I was
Romans.
just
Yeah,
about
go
to
ahead,
say
Melly.
that.
You
Go ahead,
know,
Melly.
Italians have not done anything besides bringing pizza to this continent. Never put their
Hey,
Don't
hands on
forget
the
ravioli and
ground to
lasagna.
work
Ravioli and
agriculture
lasagna.
or founding this
a
country.
spaghetti.
Don't forget
Okay? Don't
spaghetti.
forget
You gotta
about
eat
that. Don't
Wait a
spaghetti.
forget
minute.
who put their hands in the ground and founded America.
Okay, and wait a minute, Watchdog. Name me 10 inventions used globally by Italians. Go. What
By
have you people been
Italians?
doing? Give us 10 inventions used globally.
Wow, you're so weird.
Weird.
You're so weird.
Is that a no?
He
Give me
can't
one
answer it.
invention that
Can't
your
answer
asshole
it.
black ass
Wait
Pasta,
a minute. So that's
invented.
no?
spaghetti,
But that's no, only spaghetti, Remy. Spaghetti hit.
pasta,
What
pasta,
other
spaghetti.
inventions have you guys? You said y'all so great. So tell us how great you are. Tell us how you contributed to this planet. What inventions have Italian Americans? Because we're not gonna call you white here. That's not a thing. So tell me, what Italian Americans? What inventions do you guys have? Let us know how better you are. Yeah, like I thought. Um, Next we have Ianafa.
Let me help you, honey. You know Inyala Vanzant, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like her. Iya Nifa is my title. Iya means mother of Ifa. Remy is my name. My family was here from the 1700s. I can, I did my
So are you a
DNA.
can you tell me your ethnicity? So are you a black
Oh, I'm
American?
I'm African American. I'm
So
black.
do you have Africans in your lineage?
I do believe I do.
Okay, so you're African.
Yes.
All right, what do you got to say on the prompt? Who is
Uh,
responsible for all this anti-black HATE? You see the Asian guy who
the
burnt the cross in the
Yeah, I
city of
saw that
Chicago.
in
Hmm.
Chicago. I used to live in Chicago. I never found the Asians in Chicago to be that hateful when I was there, which was in the 90s. I was,
HATE. I love TikTok shop. We got to
excuse
spell that,
me,
Miss Remy.
HATE. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. I apologize. I love
It's
TikTok shop.
okay.
I'm 77. You have to bear with me with
It's
these.
okay.
I apologize.
Name a
So,
race that likes black people. Name one race that likes black people.
We don't care. They're all immigrants like
They
you.
all hate black
We
people.
don't
Why is
care.
that?
We don't
I
care.
know you don't.
HATE. We don't care because it's still fuck you, and we'll still put a foot up your ass. How about that?
Ashe
And you know we
Onyemashi.
will.
We were the first
You're
person
not
in the world.
civilized.
I don't even know
Mike.
what he's
Go
talking
Well,
ahead,
about.
You're
then
not
don't.
Remy.
civilized.
Yeah.
Don't expect us to be civilized when it's time to whoop
I don't
your
expect you to be
behind.
civilized. You're
Well,
not
don't
Italians
civilized.
You're
brought
not
the
don't
most
expect us
civilized.
to be when it's time to beat your ass.
You're
Now
not
No,
let's stop
Italians
it.
civilized.
brought the most
Ain't no
violence to New
whooping.
York.
You're
They
not
had to
civilized.
create
Y'all
a special
protest since
FBI
the
unit to
1960s.
detain the illegal
You
Italian
act like
immigrants that
animals.
came here.
Well, okay. These animals got
You
You
over
act
are a
like
50.
damn
animals.
Hold on.
animal.
These animals got over 50,000 patents used globally. You still haven't named
You act
10.
like
You
animals.
still never. Why you
And
can't give us 10? Hold
Animals.
listen,
on.
if somebody,
Hold
I'm
on,
sorry,
American.
sis.
Hold on. These animals created over 50,000 globally used patents. What have
Animals.
you guys? You still can't give us 10. This
Give me
what they
one.
do. They created nothing.
Give me
They're a bunch
one.
of fleeing immigrants who've
Hmm.
The
created or
doorknob.
contributed nothing to this
The
society.
door.
And now he's mad. We can
The
be all the
door.
animals you want us to be, but just know
The
you're a filthy immigrant, okay? And
the
always
door.
will be. Deal with that fact. So
The
leave the
door.
Africans alone, leave the Jamaicans alone, leave the Latinos alone,
The
because you
doorknob.
guys, you are no different than them. You
You act
are an
like animals.
immigrant, okay? So deal with that for the rest of your life.
No,
Go ahead, Remy.
You
Okay,
Neanderthal, you
I
filthy,
used.
disease, flea bitten dog.
Oh my God, he's horrible. He's
You
horrible.
were
I was
recognized
trying
as
to
white
hold it
people in the
back.
1960s.
I mean, I'm from the 60s. I was a Black Panther. We would have done him in, I promise you. The situation in Chicago, I found the racist people when I was there was I guess the Italians and the other races, but the Asians. I'm very shocked that he did that. It is arson. It's against the law.
But
It's
Remy,
hate.
why you shocked? And they've been
No,
following black
I'm
people around. Hold on, Remy. They've been following black people around for decades. They done did so much stuff to
yeah. You're
it's not
right.
a one off.
You're right. They follow us in the stores. They do all
Yeah,
kinds of
they
stuff against us.
unalive people.
No, you
Yeah,
still
they
driving?
Lying
have.
on
Okay.
us.
They have.
You drive
You're
a
right.
bus or you're a supervisor?
You're right. You're right, Ma. You're right. And I lived in Miami, and Marco Rubio was a mess, and all the Latins there were racist as get out. Marco Rubio involved. I was down there when he was running and got in, and everybody I know who were Latin was very racist. So been around, done that, but your prompt is who's responsible. The YT, the haters, the Asians. I
Thank you for
kind
the
of think
gift.
that the
HATE.
Latins.
I love TikTok shop.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting my. Please forgive me. I'm going to stop talking. I
Okay, thank you for
apologize.
coming up, Remy.
Okay, darling. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You can come back anytime. Hey, go
Your
Rev.
service, ma'am.
Hey, go Rev.
Yeah, how's everybody
Thank y'all
doing
for the gifts.
today?
Good.
How's
Happy
everybody
Friday.
doing today? Yeah, okay, I know
Thank
everybody
y'all
got
for
their
the
stuff
gifts.
on.
Y'all showing out for your girl tonight. Thank y'all.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, what I wanted to say, who is responsible? Actually, I look at it like this. It started from the white tea. And it just got addicted, just like drugs, into every other race, as far as I'm concerned. Because 60 years or back, only person was hollering that loud was white tea.
Thank
We
you.
always
Thank you,
been that way
Journal.
because they know that this is ours. And why do you cover up so much artifacts and facts and receipts about a race that never done anything to you? Why would I do that to anybody that never
Thank
did
you,
anything to
American.
me but made America great? That made America great for everybody to indulge in. So to me, it seems like it's crazy. Come to a conclusion, it ain't nothing but jealousy and envy. And to try to disguise the truth and to tell other people that they are wrong. You know, when you do something, I've been taught as a child, when you do something and you know you're wrong and you're guilty and you don't want to recognize that, but you're supposed to be able to be honest enough in your heart to say yes, yes. But when it comes up through other immigrants and different things that come over here, and we've been over here longer than they have, and what is y'all talking about now? It's just really amazing me. Now where is this coming from? You know, half of them came over here because of the civil rights. It was for us, but it was for everybody too. And it seems like 30 and 40 years later, you know, it's crazy that everybody is against Black Americans. Everybody versus Black Americans for what? I know it's some people, immigrants, it's not like that. But they need to go to their people and
I
talk
agree,
to
Rev.
them instead of coming to us,
Hey, Michael.
bothering us. And I got one more thing to say, love world.
Go ahead, go, Rev.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cedric.
Far as this symbol that was burnt on somebody's grass lawn or whatever, we know what that represents. And this is not a white tea. This is an Asian person. Oh my goodness. Asian.
Them immigrants sure
So
come together when it's against us, don't they, go, Rev?
yes, they do. And another thing I want to say, and I'm going to land my spaceship on this. I've been out here boycotting in the city of Detroit. Been up on Jefferson. And I will be up there every damn day. And I took some videos, and I'm going to send it to everybody that's on my hookup. And I would let y'all see. I had to, some black
What you boycotting,
women.
Rev?
I'm boycotting the nail salon and the Chinese, Asian, Chinese Korean place.
Oh, shout
How's
out
it
to you,
going?
Rev.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So
How's it
I
going
was
though?
double.
Are they listening to you?
Well, yeah. Well, hey, sure, we doing all
Was
right
this
in
man
Detroit.
getting his nails done?
And listen, and yeah, we doing all right. But listen, we have.
Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't know we had so many black-owned beauty supply places on the east side and the west
Yeah.
side and
Yeah.
Southgate and Southfield.
Yes.
And,
Yes, we
and people
do.
can get things. People can get things online. If they're not close, they can get things delivered online. The only thing we're gonna have to do is when we have to go to that big distributor, when they money get ready to slow down, on different type of products. They gonna feel the pinch, and they about that paper, no matter what, because they got to live where they at. They're not here. So eventually, they gonna come down and come down on that correct price, like everybody else, because you know how they gonna try to do us. But as far as
Oh my
everything,
God!
we've been
Thank you,
having
FBA Maroon. He's tearing up your screen. Loves
I
World. Sorry,
know all
bro.
the bright, colorful stuff. Shout
Thank
out to
y'all.
we've been
my FBA Maroon, our brother.
yeah,
Thank you for the
yeah,
gifts.
Thanks, Netta Boo,
yeah, I'm gonna
too.
land my
Yeah,
plane.
thanks, Nether
I'm gonna
Boo.
land my
Thanks,
plane here,
everybody.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
everybody.
Y'all
Yes, thank
showing
y'all
up.
So
for the gifts. Thank you, bro.
so
Y'all showing
that's
out
all
today.
I wanted to inform you that we standing on business here in Detroit, and we do have a lot of beauty salons, nail black owned, and beauty supply places. I didn't know we had that many. I was shocked,
So,
but we
Rev,
do.
the
So yeah,
American
yeah.
asked you. I didn't hear your answer. How is it going though?
Oh, it's going great. It's going great. Like I say,
Good.
we just trying to rev up, and like I say, I'm 69. I'm trying to be out there all day. I can't be out there all day, so I'm telling people maybe we can switch shifts and stay belt to butt on them, like clockwork. But it's coming along. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. We gonna empty them pockets. We gonna empty them pockets. Definitely. Yeah.
Good
Yeah. So
job, Rev.
it's
Thank
working.
you.
It's working. You got to start from the ground up, so it's working.
Yep. Yep. All right.
Slowly
Thank
but
you. Go.
surely. All
Surely
right.
but surely.
All right.
Keep keeping us posted too. Can you keep us posted every
Oh
live
yeah.
on how the boycott going and maybe the sentiments
Oh
of the
yeah.
Black Americans, what they saying?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I mean, it was a couple of ladies that came back out. They went in and they came back out and they hugged me. They were saying, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. These was older people. So, they don't be on social media, so. And then, you got a couple. And I told them, I said, what if it was your child? And I just put that in their head. Some of the ones that, I think it was two of them, kept walking. And I say, what if it was your child? Then you're going to want that support. Okay, but I'm going to land my plane. I got to go back to work, but I'm listening.
All right. Thank you so much for all your
Thank
support. Go Rev. Go
yeah.
ahead, America.
Thank you, Go Rev.
What does it mean? What does it mean to burn a
Hold on,
cross?
Remy. Let me introduce you, child, because you then came off mic about 20 times. Go, John. Who
What
do you
does it
think is
mean?
responsible for this cross and all this Black American HATE?
I'm trying to figure out what it means to burn a cross. What's the symbolism?
So historically, the triple K, you know who that is?
Yes.
They used to do that. They used to burn crosses in Black Americans' yards. Sometimes even before they strange fruited them, they'll leave those burning crosses. It's a sign of Black American HATE.
This is an Asian triple K member.
Yeah, they come in all different colors. They come in black, they come in yellow, they come in brown.
I'm confused. I thought the triple K only allowed YT people to be part of the organization.
Don't try to move the goalposts. I never said they were a part of that organization. I said that they're practicing the same anti-Black American HATE, John.
Okay, I hope he gets caught and he gets punished by
Yeah,
the.
hopefully he didn't go back to his country. A lot of immigrants commit crimes over here and escape back to their country before they're caught.
Most likely, if he's burning crosses, he knows a lot about America, so he probably was born here.
Probably. Thanks, immigration.
I was gonna say, Remy, your accent is horrible. We know it's you. Why don't you just talk regular?
Excuse me, miss. I
He
am
see
allowed.
he y'all weird.
I am allowed to speak how I want to speak. Call me
Okay,
John,
so you want to
Mr.
respond
Gia.
to the prompt? You want to? What do you think about the anti-Black American hate that's going on? HATE that's going on here.
I think it's nothing new. I think it's been going on for a long time. I think that people maybe are realizing now because of the internet, but it has been going on for a very, very long time. There's nothing special or new about it. Now we have Asians getting involved, apparently, which is surprising. Uh,
Why is
but
that surprising to you? It's not surprising to us.
it
Remy,
is
you just heard about Cyrus. You heard about for decades they've been following us around their stores. They have unalived multiple Black Americans. It's nothing new to us.
surprising because they themselves were brought here as indentured servant and treated like crap. So you would expect them to understand uh,
Right,
rather than rather than join
right,
the oppression.
right. It's also a lot of. I just realized, and well, I was just informed. It's a lot of Africans behind some of these anti-Black American HATE profiles that spew Black American, anti-Black American HATE all day and night. So we just found that out too, Remy.
Yes, there's a lot of anti-black Africans, not only in the world, but also in Africa, in America. The same way, there's a lot of xenophobic African American. You know, people, regardless of their color, doesn't mean you're gonna know how they really feel.
But
And some
Remy, the
people,
key thing is they not going to the African, well, Black Americans. They not going to all these different people's countries practicing xenophobia, are they?
oh yeah, oh yeah,
So
they
what?
are.
What? Okay, what's the
Oh yeah,
stats?
they
What
are.
Black Americans going over there practicing xenophobia in y'all countries?
Did you hear about what they did over there in Liberia? I can also give you names of people that were sent to Africa by your government, black people, to infiltrate Ghana,
Are you
to
talking
mess it
about?
up.
Are you talking about U.S. soldiers or people a
Oh
part of our
no,
government?
regular people,
Oh,
informants,
regular people.
raccoons, yes,
They didn't work for the United States
like
government. They just said, "Let me fly over to Africa and practice
no,
xenophobia."
like COINTELPRO. They just recruit a regular person, they send him. They
Yeah,
send them. They go.
that's a go. My husband just said it right. That's a government. COINTELPRO is a government program.
Well, there you go. That's
I
raccoon
asked you if they
still.
work for the government. You said no.
No, no, no. I didn't say they don't work for the government. You asked me if
That's
they were
not a regular
soldiers.
Black American. That's not a regular Black
They
American. Like I
why?
said, I was
Because they are
right. I
informants.
win. I win. That's not a
Okay,
That's not a regular Black American. That's somebody who worked for the
it's a raccoon.
United States government. And free talk is still an American. No, that's not a
You
everyday
asked if they
walking
were
around Black
soldiers.
American. That is a United States government employee who has instructions by the U.S. government. Okay. All right, Remy. Hold on. Let me move on to Charles. Hey, Charles.
Hey, how you just doing? How you doing? Much love to the live. Yeah, I wanted to say something to the Italian guy so bad, but everything got cluttered. They just got really accepted as being so-called white from the '60s to the basically the 2000s. Before then, America basically seen them as straight-haired niggers. So I mean, it's so funny how fast he's able to jump ship and act as though somebody he's superior to anyone when they all came through Ellis Island. So I don't know where he's going with that. And we're going to see a lot more of these Asians crash out as they start feeling the crunch. Because right now you got to realize they haven't been able to feel the crunch since the 1960s and 50s of being in the country when they were trying to get established from doing mediocre jobs to their own independent business, and they weren't able to come up so quickly. So now they got to get used to dealing with less and probably moving from out of a house into a shop where they're going to have to sleep in the back and work in the front in order to make ends meet. So you're going to have a lot of them crashing out. That's not to be unexpected.
The
Okay,
best way
so
I
to
land my
start a
plane
business,
there.
man.
Charles, hold on. Do I have to drop you? For some reason, it be like the majority of the times between the pale persuasion of immigrants and you Africans. Y'all never can stay on mute. You just come off. You just want to come up here and do anything you want to do. I need to ask Charles a question, sir. Charles, he made me forget my question. Okay, Charles. So let me ask you
I'm
this.
here.
What do you think about this new? Because I never heard it before. I don't know if it's a thing or if it's been like that. But the Latino and Asian coalition.
From what I understand, a lot of them been breeding off and on because they're trying to go for a lighter mixture. But I can look back in my yearbooks and my elementary books, and most of the not Latino, but most of the Chinese kids that were coming to America at that particular time, they were the same color I am, if not darker. So to see the ones that walk around now looking damn near white,
Thank
I
you.
mean,
Adeline, hold
it's a lot
on,
of bleaching
American. Hold
and
on.
breeding going on.
Right, hold on. Something just shocked me. Adeline, I mean American. You see who
Yes.
gifting you?
Huh?
You see who gifting you?
Uh-uh.
Hey, Adeline. I'm sure she
Oh,
appreciate it.
thank you, Adeline. See, hopefully you feel better today. She was sure going off on me, trying to at least.
Yeah. So Charles, I'm talking about so you saying that they've been hooking up, but I'm talking about online I see we support Asians. And they like we love our Latino brothers and sisters. We love our Asian brothers and sisters. It's something I never heard of.
Yeah, a lot of them are trying to venture out, to at the restaurants and whatnot, because you got to realize Chinese people, they won't hire a black person to work there. But if you go to any of the buffets and whatnot, you'll see a lot of
Yep,
Mexican
yep,
and Latin community people
yep.
working in the back in the kitchen area and stuff.
Well, hopefully the Latinos
That's
go
all you see.
support. Well, hopefully the Latinos come to the Black community and support their nail salons, their restaurants, and their beauty supplies. They gonna need them Latinos to come on to wherever they at in the Black neighborhoods and go on and support them. All right, thank you, Charles. Hey, Adeline.
Yeah,
That's gonna be what, Charles?
that's going to be a hard one for them because the majority of them like to do themselves.
Well, hopefully the Asians, the Latinos can come to the Black neighborhoods and go ahead and you know, and support their fellow Asians. They screaming so loud about it. Let them spend they Latino money with them, because we not. All right, go ahead. Hey,
Yeah,
Evelyn.
they
Thank
don't
you.
have quite the buying power.
Who don't have quite the buying power?
The Mexicans,
Oh, we got more buying.
they got to send too much back home.
Oh, they got to send too much back home. Right.
We got more buying power than they.
Yeah, because our money
Yeah,
stay here, and they gonna learn. Okay. Thank you, Charles. Hey,
the hard
Evelyn.
way.
Yeah, for sure, the hard way. Adeline, how you doing? You want to unmute, Adeline? I don't know, American, you got something to say? Oh, damn, anybody got something to say on the discussion?
I was gonna say, yeah, and this is actually, kind of hits home for me because that happened to my aunt when she was down in Alabama. She was so fair complected that they thought she was white. and she started seeing this guy. He was a black guy, from our lineage, and they were in the house together, and she said she was getting ready for bed. All of a sudden, she said she started seeing these lights, and she was like, I had never seen anything like that before. She said that she got out of the bed and she just saw a cross burning in the front yard. And she said she looked and she was like, what is going on? And then the next thing she knows, they got out of a truck, the Triple K got out of the truck. She said they had on that pointy hat stuff and the white garments and stuff. She said she got so loud. She said she screamed so loud that her neighbor came outside and started shooting a pew pew and you know what I mean, making fireworks with her pew pew to get them away. And they got in the car once they saw that the neighbor, people were paying attention and stuff. She said that they were able, she said that was the scariest thing that she had ever experienced. That happened in Alabama.
Wow. That's
Yep.
so sad.
Yep.
And that's
So
what I'm saying. Like, we're rooted in this, and people like John come over and they truly don't get it.
no,
These
they don't get
Republican
it.
states,
That
they love to
wait
do
a
racist
minute.
stuff, eh?
Wait a minute, Remy. And they can't get it. And this is why we can't trust them and we can't assimilate, because they can't relate to some of the things that our people have experienced. So that, they can't relate. They don't even know how to fight it. They don't know how to represent us. They should not be speaking for us because they have never had experiences like that. So
Africans
when we
speaking for
say,
you?
wait a minute,
It's a
I mean,
shut your ass up. You ain't never had
ask a
no
question.
experience with no Triple K. So hush. The only thing that you got an experience with is fleeing and running from them people bopping you upside your head.
and playing dodgeball with the
That
leftover
sounds
food.
good, but it's not
Remy, let
historically
her
true.
finish.
Right.
Oh, she's not
Remy,
done?
just hush.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Don't tell
Yap
me
it
what
up.
to do. Shut up for you get dropped.
Yap it up.
So, it's, these experience and things that we've had to overcome. Like, this is serious. This is lineage business, and these people just need to stay out our way.
And one thing I must say, y'all, Black Americans, I'm so proud of y'all. I mean, we everywhere. I've been on all social media platforms. I'm talking about BTA. We done woke up. I was saying we waking up, but I can officially say we have woken up, and it's spreading like wildfire. And people, they need to come together if I was them, because they gonna have to, because they cannot mess with us, boy. Between our creativity online and just the things we can create is hilarious. Like they getting drugged, they getting, what you say, American, they getting slid like patio
Slid
doors
like a
on all
patio
social
door.
media, and that's all immigrants. And I mean, it's hilarious to see. It's everybody getting drugged. What you say, oh damn?
And most importantly, like our ancestors, we are the ones that have no fear of nothing, nobody, no institutions. They're scared of everything. We are fearless, like for
Yeah.
real.
White people,
I
I'm
think
seeing BTA every day. I'm seeing at least two or three the people who claim to be white getting slid like patio doors. Like, we ain't playing with none of these people.
but
Let me tell you this too. Our elders and stuff are
And it's on
automatically
Adeline after you. We're gonna see if Adeline got something to say. Go
okay.
ahead, Adeline.
This is how serious this is. This is not us just getting up here talking about experiences and stuff, right? I can call my elders right now on the phone and they will be on board with what we're saying without them even hearing us have one conversation about it, because what we're saying is absolutely true and correct. Now that should tell you that we're coming from, a complete, it's just genuine and organic and authentic the things that we're saying, because our ancestors are still here to testify to this stuff. And they know I'm telling you, we could probably call at least one person that lived in those times, and they would be 100% on board with the things that we say and in
Yep.
agreement with it.
Yep. My mom's 82. She knows all about it. Her cousins are still alive. They know all about it, and they're proud of us, y'all.
Yes. My auntie told me the same thing.
Let's get to I don't know if Adeline here. Adeline, is you back to your phone? You want to unmute, or we just gonna rotate you down? Because I've been calling you and calling you. All right, hey EJ.
What's up with y'all, sister? Sorry that y'all got to deal with these, mush mouth, fly fling bastards when they up here talking crazy. He asking questions that don't need to be answered, since he already should know what the answers to these questions they be answering us. But it just comes to the point that some of these people don't need to be in none of our conversations. We need to have, strict guidelines when it comes to, letting certain people talk about, certain business within our community. Because, you have a lot of different people. Somebody's mic on. I don't know what they were doing, talking through a solo cup or something. But yeah, like I was saying, we got to be real strict when it comes to certain people talking within these conversations, because they can't even hold themselves responsible for them getting cracked upside the head with bamboo sticks and stuff. So if they want to talk about who's putting belt to ass to anybody, they already know who putting belt to ass. We doing that. Where's their examples of them doing that to their people in their homeland? I done seen Asians whoop their ass. I done seen Europeans put belt to ass to these people. They putting belt to ass to all of those folks over there in the motherland, the so-called motherland. But, the time to stop listening to these people has been long overdue. I would like to see them, get them some versions of belt to ass when it comes to the tribalism, let alone their leaders within their homeland. I would like to see something like that happen. I think it would be better off for them, just, putting belt to ass to, going back to their homelands and just handling their business, instead of just trying to answer the prompt that they ain't even qualified to answer. So, with that being said, I'm going to land right now because my tether senses are tingling. I don't know if I smell flies or just must, because I don't know if one of these dudes in here just looking real musty. But thank you for letting me speak, sister.
But you absolutely right. I'm gonna consider that, because how could they answer the prompts unless it involves them? Because I do make prompts involving them. But you're right. But I need to know, John.
Listening.
Can you tell us how y'all putting belt to ass to the Asians and the so-called white people over there on the continent? How y'all putting? How can you give us some examples? And can you show us some times y'all put belt to ass?
Yes, of course. Example number one is Zimbabwe. Okay, if you guys didn't know, Zimbabweans took their land back from white people and kicked them out. Right. Second
How did they
example.
take it back? Did they use force?
Yes, they use financial force, which is the government. They took the land back. They told them go back home.
Okay, another example.
Same
That's
thing
one
happened in
country.
Burkina Faso. They took back their gold. They took back their land. They told
Shout
the
out to
French, get out of
Torres.
here.
Shout
Right?
out to Torres.
Okay, and I can give you many historical examples. White people have been losing their lives in Africa for a long time. We don't protest. We pew
What
them.
about the Asians?
We don't protest
What
them.
about the
Okay.
Asians? Why are we seeing them getting beat with bamboo sticks and
You
leather
have
belts?
that issue is with the South Africans. The South Africans, just like you guys, have been under oppression from the whitey for a long time. So they act like that when they see somebody with a lighter complexion. They get scared.
You think
They
a
get
black
scared.
American? Hold on. You think a black American gonna let the Asian whoop them with a belt and other black Americans stand by while they just get a whooping?
That old Asian men that just pew-pewed a young black man, they were witnesses. Guess what they did? They called the police. That's it. That's it.
All right,
That's all
thank
they
you,
did.
Remy. Thank
They
you. We
watch
got to
it.
get to the hands. We got to get to the hands. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, DRR.
Hey, what's happening? How you doing?
Hey.
I want to compliment you on something that you did. I think is very unique and it really helps. When you say you want to ask a Black American a question, right? I think you should break that down because I'll be honest with you. I know it's going to sound crazy, when I came on TikTok and I heard people that lived in certain parts of the country, YNs and GANGS, and people living in, what y'all call the hood. I didn't realize what people are going through. Us as Black Americans, because I didn't, I'm not saying I didn't see it, but I just didn't live it, so I didn't understand it. So I think when you do that, I think you should do like what you want to ask a rich Black American, what you want to ask an educated Black American, what you want to ask a YN, what you want to ask a person who's a member of a GANGS, just so that we can understand each other. Because I'm be honest with you, I don't understand. I'm not saying that I'm not perfect, I'm not better than nobody, but a lot of stuff that I hear in the hoods and the projects and things like that, I didn't understand it. And I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to have compassion, you know.
Muted, sis. You're muted.
Okay, everybody hold on, because we can do a little segment right now. I'm a girl from the hood, American, a girl from the hood. I don't
From
know if
Compton.
Odam, are you from the hood, Odam?
Yes, I'm from Compton, California.
Okay, and I'm from the hood of Detroit, West Side, Schoolcraft all day. Okay, so is it what questions do you have for people in the hood? Well, that was grew up in the hood.
My question is like, what kind of influences that you had to either do better for yourself? Did you learn anything from the
Wait a
other
minute, one
people's?
question at a time.
Oh,
One
one
question
question.
at a time.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
go
I
on.
ahead.
know.
Let me put my 5 babies up and call they 5 different baby daddies to watch them while I answer this. Hold on.
Okay, so your question is what did you say
Like,
your first question?
what influenced you to do better for yourself?
Whew. What influenced me to do better for myself? My mindset changed when I became an entrepreneur. But when I was just trying to make it in the city of Detroit and, just working regular jobs, I basically had a different mindset than I do now. But when I became an entrepreneur and, that took me to other communities and I started experiencing different things, that made me start doing more research. And that the entrepreneurship really changed my mindset. If that
Interesting,
makes sense
interesting,
to you.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
American, do you want to add something?
Yeah, I wanted to say, my mother is actually, come from the hood in in Harlem, 125th Street. My father was from Chicago. They were married, and they showed me a really good example of how you should be, in this country and be a productive citizen. So that's why I carry myself the way I do, because of my upbringing. So it had nothing to do with where we were. It had everything to do with what started at home and the influences I was around also.
Right, right. I know sometimes
Can
people
I
think
go?
that this
I
is
just put my 5
artificial.
babies up.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I had to find a babysitter for my 5.
Hold on. I'm sorry, Odin, but let me shout out the pimps, players, and the hustlers that that we saw growing up in the hood. Shout out to them too, because they taught us a lot in the hood as well. They taught us street smarts. They taught us that was one that's a form of entrepreneurship. So I'm gonna definitely have to give them props too. You know what I mean? I can go on and on about
Yes, it
that,
is.
but shout out to the pimps, players, and the hustlers. Go
Right,
ahead,
because the women
Odin.
stay looking
Period.
clean. The women stay looking clean. Growing up, you looked
Okay.
at them and you knew them women was fine. They smelled good, and their men
Uh-huh.
respected them. But to answer
Yep.
your question, yes, I grew up in Compton, California. To give you some history of me, my grandfather was an engineer that worked at Boeing in Long Beach, and my grandmother was an educator. My mother was a flight attendant, and my dad was a pilot. And we lived in Compton, California, and we've been there since the 40s. So just because you live in a predominantly Black neighborhood that does not get taxes like they used to do because the government and businesses no longer invest in that city, does not mean that we are not at home in our cities being taken care of. So your question was really condescending, offensive, and ignorant, respectfully.
Well, I'm saying to you, right? I think like, people are mad at the boule. They're mad at successful BLK Americans, American
I'm
BLKs.
sorry, doctor. Didn't you go over to Africa and marry some African women?
I'm not
And
married
they
to
come
no, no,
from the
no, no,
slums.
no,
I could have
no,
sworn you said that you
no.
married
Let's
some
not
African
get
women.
condescending. No, no.
I'm
Listen to
not
what I'm
being
saying.
condescending. I'm being
No, no, no.
honest.
Listen to me. Listen
So
to
did
Ask
me.
you
you
a
tell us
question.
before?
Listen to
Right.
me.
Did you tell us before? Wait a minute, since we're
One at
all
a time, y'all.
sharing.
Hold
I
on.
genuinely
One at
asked
a
the
time, y'all.
question because I'm trying to understand.
Right. So
I have,
since we're
I
all
have,
sharing, I thought it would be a good opportunity for
I
me
am
to
not.
ask you,
Listen to
since
me.
you
I do
shared with us
business.
before
I do. Let me
that you
explain.
wait a minute. If we're all sharing, I mean, what's the problem? We just shared
No,
our
no, no.
stories
I'm
with
Let's
you.
saying
ask them
to
in this
you.
way, love. Let's ask them this way, sir. Have you ever smashed any foo-foo? Yes or
He
Let
no?
me
didn't.
let me let me say this, right? Let me say this. I have 8 children and 32 grandchildren, right? I'm when I said I'm trying to understand something, I mean that. I'm not here. I'm
What?
not. Like I said, I come from South Carolina. I come from Jim Crow, South Carolina. I come from dirt
Uh-huh.
poor, South Carolina. But I'm saying it is a different from what I'm seeing today. I'm trying to understand because
Right.
I
So,
know
but
people have an impression of me or people like myself. They think we're coons, we're Uncle Tom, we're Boule, whatever they want to say. That's fine. But sometimes when Love had asked a question to a certain different race, I thought that was interesting that we don't ask questions to each other. We just assume
But listen,
that.
listen, Dr. I don't mean to cut you off, but I always say if you're a Black American and you have a question, you can come up and ask Black Americans questions also, and that's a great time for you to come up. We can do it. We can keep going with this segment because, hey, I don't mind answering questions like that. You might feel like you want to learn because maybe you grew up, I guess, sheltered or not in the hood, and then you are 70 something, right? Times
Yeah, I'm
have
just saying
changed.
that.
But my question is, what took you so long to ask? Why you ain't asked
No,
this
no, no.
40 years
Because
ago?
growing up,
He grew up in the country.
people.
They didn't even have running water. You need to be honest with yourself, sir. You grew up
Okay,
in the
all right.
country. Y'all didn't even have running water. I had access to water. What about you, love, and American?
if
Didn't y'all have access to water growing up?
man, what? Plenty of it.
Okay,
My
then, sir.
bathtub be full
All
if
right, we're
almost
not
to
feel
the
gonna.
that
rim. My
way,
mom used to
okay.
get mad at me for using so much water in the tub.
Right.
Wait a
I didn't
minute,
have to
y'all.
go
Are
dig a
y'all
hole and
mad? Are
pee.
y'all mad at the man because he want to know what
No,
what?
no.
Wait, hold on.
Actually,
Let me
Try
ask.
this.
Let me ask my question, y'all. Just hold on. Just give me. Is y'all like what are y'all? What part of his question y'all got a problem with? Just help me understand.
no, the only thing I'm asking him is because he's saying that he doesn't understand, but I don't understand why he doesn't
Maybe he
understand.
because I
The
guess he
the
didn't
re-
grow up around
no, what
nothing
I'm
like that.
saying is if you married an African, then you should understand
I think
because
the
they
man
come from
said Jamaican though. I think he said
they
Caribbean.
filthy I mean they come from filth too.
And he
I'm,
was
I mean,
rude. He's like,
they come from
he's
worse conditions than it is here in America. They live in the slums. So if you married a person like that, I'm sure they shared their story with you.
and
I'm
he
not.
said
I
that,
didn't
and he said
marry.
he wants a representative from each part of our classes. A hood person, a smart person, a college ed. He has 32 kids. You should be able to line them little niggas up and figure it out. I
What I
mean, shit,
said.
you got 32. I'm sure they are all in different classes.
Let me say this, right? This is what I'm talking about. People don't understand each other, but they rather take the negative than the positive. I'm saying when I got on TikTok and I started hearing people say what happened in their neighborhoods, what they call the hood, the ghetto, whatever they call it, I did not realize that people, irregardless, I'm gonna be honest with you, there were Hispanics, there were white tees, there were whoever. I didn't know people lived. I didn't understand that whole like understand.
Sir,
I didn't
you grew up
understand it.
on a farm like a slave, literally. You grew up in the country in South Carolina. What did you not understand? And we have lights and water in the hood? Stop.
Somebody told you that South Carolina was,
You said you grew up in the country
I,
70
well,
years
that
ago. We
ma'am,
all knew what
ma'am,
happened 70
ma'am,
years ago.
ma'am. We've been building houses in South Carolina for years. It's
Did
not
you have
like,
running water as a kid?
and that's why I'm saying,
Sir,
that's
did
why.
you have running water as a
Of
kid? I'm
course,
going to
yes,
ask you a
ma'am, yes,
question.
yes. Let me,
Out of a pipe?
ma'am, let me say something. This is
Out of
why
a pipe,
we
not
need
out
to.
of a bottle.
No, ma'am. This is what I'm saying. This is why we need to talk to each other because you don't know me, I don't
Or
know
not,
you.
I'm gonna go fetch it
You got an
from the
Yeah,
assumption.
I ain't fetching
You
no
got an
damn water.
assumption because I said South Carolina. You have an assumption
You
because I
said the
said Jim
country.
Crow.
You said the
You have an
country of South
assumption
Carolina, like in the
that
country area.
we live a certain way that you didn't understand. So it's good for you to ask questions. No, we had schools. We had running water. We actually took over the colonial houses that they used to own when they were doing sharecropping and when they were doing, slavery. We took over those homes. And so we had everything. There was no, South Carolina was a very, very, from my experience where I come from, Allendale, South Carolina, very respectful.
But do y'all
Everybody was
think? But do
respectful.
y'all think
Whether,
Black Americans would have did better staying down south?
excuse me,
we'll still
I'm,
be down
I'm,
here getting hung. I mean, strange
I,
fruited. I love
I,
TikTok shop.
South
Oh,
had a, South
I'm
was,
in Florida, and then
the South had a structure, right? We had, like I say, yes ma'am, no ma'am, thank you sir, thank you ma'am. We had a structure. We were very respectful, regardless of your economical
but DRR,
situation.
these new blacks will smack you in your mouth, huh?
I'm just saying the behavior is different. I'm trying to understand. That's why I asked the question. I'm not trying to be
Yeah,
facetious. I'm
I
not.
understand.
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
that
I
I
hear
haven't
you.
seen these kind of behaviors. I'm just trying to understand. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know
Yeah.
people take, when you live in a certain neighborhood or you have a certain, status or whatever that is, people take that as a means of you're a coon, you're a boule, you're a, whatever
Or if you live on a
negativity.
farm, or if you live on the farm and you grew up in the country, give your examples too. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I'll go on.
And I'm not
Give my
trying to be
examples of
funny,
growing up in a
and I'm
farm.
not gonna and I'm not trying to be funny, DRR. You're gonna get a different perspective. Just because someone lived in the hood does not mean that they were poor.
I didn't
Some
say
people
that,
prefer,
ma'am. I didn't say
wait a
that.
minute. Okay, listen, I'm telling you that everybody's living in the hood perspective is going to be different. So just some of us lived in the hood because our parents wanted to be around black people, didn't want to
Exactly.
live with the crackers. It
And
was a
we inherited
cultural thing.
houses.
Exactly. It was a cultural thing. And a lot of our families left the South and went up north together and stayed in the same communities because it was a family thing. So
well,
it's not,
Birds of a feather
and
flock together,
American.
ma'am.
Shouts
It's a
out to Harlem.
mindset. People of
Shouts
the
out. Come on,
like-minded
brother.
will
Let
come
somebody
together.
else talk.
Wait, you just got up here. What's wrong with you, Stuart, today? You just got up here, dude. Hold on. We gonna let somebody else talk, but you got a question for Stuart. Cause Stuart got a burning desire. DRR, you had another question.
Yeah, my question is that why do people assume because a person live in a certain zip code or a certain financial status that they are cooning, they are boule, they don't understand, they're not really black? Why do people feel that way?
Okay, we're gonna start with the panel. I give everybody 1 minute. Starting with Stuart, to then Tamika, then Boatwright. If y'all want to attempt to answer his question, go ahead, Stuart.
Okay, well, I wanted to answer his question. He said that we always recognize those type of people he's describing as boule. Well, it's because the beginning of their agency and all the things they relate to show that they're boule. They're always in a divine nine situation. They're always in a situation where W.E.B. Du Bois was found out to be a Pan-Africanist in the first one, and he helped develop the Out of Africa theory, which destroyed our education system to thinking that our children all want to be educated in the sense of saying they came from descendants of slaves, and we're not all descendants of slaves. And so some of us are descendants of sharecroppers that were put in bad deals during the Reconstruction, and they had to beat themselves out of that situation. I have two great grand uncles that had to do that, or else my family would have been completely destroyed.
Okay, hold on, Stuart. And then we're gonna go to Tamika. But Netherboo had a question for you. Doctor, who gonna answer the question of ask a rich black American, I think who's asking questions from a rich black person's perspective? Would that be you? Are you rich, DRR?
I'm well off. I'm doing good, you know.
Okay, well hold on. Maybe we'll ask you a question. Hold on, let's Tamika, did you want to answer his question?
Yeah, sure. He wanted to know what did he? I'm sorry. What's the
Can
question
you
again?
repeat that question, DRR?
I was asking why, when people see a American black who is successful academically and financially, they assume that we're boule, we're coons, we're selling out to the white tees, that type of thing.
I don't really assume that. I sit down and have a conversation with somebody before I try to assume something about
Right.
them. But it's been since moving to LA, I've met a lot of boule, and I've known a lot of boule black people, and it seems that a lot of times that they also spew the white people's talking points. So oh no, they have a bias with the. I've met boule people that have a bias if they see somebody, a black person with dreads, they automatically think they're a thug or something like that. And it's like I tell them a lot of times. I know this one guy, and I just be like, you just say the same thing that white people say. Like you really sound like a white man sitting here. So I mean, I try not to judge people from just looking at them because I know a lot of very educated black people who are not, quote unquote, boule.
All right, thank you, Tamika. Bo Right, you want to respond to his question?
Yeah, how y'all doing, everybody?
Hey, Bo
So,
Right.
hey,
Hey.
so yeah, I think you are looking at it in a wrong. The question is kind of odd because everybody doesn't look at everybody that made money like that. It's the way you perceive the world after you get your money or said money. Because I've been around people, and it's really all about the system. If you need the system to live, you're not going to go against it. You're living too good. If you don't need the system and you still got that same amount of money, truth starts coming out a little bit more. It's really self-preservance, and a lot of the upper class that look like us turn out not to be us once they get there. They don't care about us. They just try not to be us. That's really all it's about. They're trying to be something else. They're trying to be wanted within the system. And since you want to be wanted within the system, we know you're not going to fight for us. So yeah, we're going to look at you weird. Why wouldn't we? When you look at somebody weird, if you look the same, but some reason, you're better off than me, and you ain't got none of my viewpoints at anything. Why would we deal with you? You get what I'm saying? It's unproductive.
All right, DRR.
100%.
You want to respond to that before we move on
I
with
like to
the
address
vote?
them.
Okay,
This is
hold on, Charles. Let him respond, and then I'm gonna let you address him, Charles. Go ahead.
this is the misconceptions that people have about people. My friends, frat brothers, brothers that hang out in organizations. When you get into the medical field, there is, Black American associations, medical this and that. We're
Thank you,
segregated
DP.
to special organizations, special, corporate structures. Like even in corporate America, they have their own, black this, black that. Brothers that I met, brothers that I spoke to, most of them, came from the hood, came from hard times, and worked their way up to where they're at. There's no dispensation in their feelings about other people, but we have to stay competitive. And in our competitive mindset, we concentrate on those things that keep us strong, which is a strong mentality. So my mentality might be different from others, but that is only to maintain my strength and what I'm doing as a person, whether it's in my profession or whether it's in my business or whether whatever I'm doing to maintain myself, because I'm competitive against white tea Americans. And so I have to stay strong mentally.
Okay, I'm gonna let EJ. I'm gonna rotate you down. Thank you so much for coming up. I gotta clear the stage for some new people. Thank you.
I want to hear
Thank
him
you.
talk.
Thank you. Charles, go ahead with your question before I rotate you down so I can bring the new guest up.
Okay, Dr. is you're a doctor?
Academic and psychologist.
Oh, the doctoring. Okay, yeah, but do you still live in your neighborhood? Did you move out?
No, I don't. I'm from South Carolina. I'm not there no more. We moved to Harlem. My mom and dad brought a grocery store and restaurant in Harlem, and I live in Connecticut. I live in a different place.
A different area. Yeah. Well, once that's the difference. See, once I made it, I actually stayed in the hood myself because I can do more good in the hood instead of going abroad. And I don't treat people no different than the way I've always treated them, and they give me more respect and love for that. So about everybody moving out and trying to treat people different because they are able to achieve certain things. I'm an inventor. I got several different patents up under my belt, as well as chemical products and
Okay, you
stuff that
gotta
I'm
land your
patent
plane,
pending on it right
Charles.
now at the point. But I'm just saying everybody is not the same. We all different. We all have make different decisions. I land there.
All right, thank you for coming up, Charles. You can always come back up. I just got to get to new people in the queue, y'all. So if y'all got to get rotated, just know you can always come back up. I just got to get to the people waiting.
Make sure you bring up some rich people because doctors annoy talking to us little folks. Ooh.
Hey, can I ask the doctor a question?
I'm
Yes,
not that
sir.
type of person. I'm really not. Love
No,
knows me.
I think I hear you. I think I hear you a little bit because my pops was the same way. My pops was a very well off man from the South. Grew up on the farm, military intelligence, all that good stuff. Speaks 7 languages, and but he didn't look at everybody else differently because he's a military man. He made it through the ground up, so it wasn't really he was very academic. He was very smart. Got a bachelor in political science, all that good stuff. I mean, a degree. I don't know if it's a bachelor or not, but he has a political science degree. Went to Wagner College, all that good stuff. But he's from the bottom. So he didn't come back home or to his mom's house and look down on everybody. Or, when they have problems, he doesn't understand why he doesn't like it's not like a spasm moment. Like, why can't you get yourself out by your own bootstraps and all that? Everybody understands people need help. You see what I'm saying? People need a mental help. People need a conversation sometimes just to turn them in the right direction. It's not all about because I did it, you can do it. It's how can I help you do it too? And I think y'all are looking at it the first way. Because I can do it, you can do it. You see what I'm saying?
Love. I've been on your live a
But
lot.
hold on, because we got a whole show to run. Anybody else got any questions before we move on back to the prompt?
Hey, love. How you
Hey,
doing today?
Naya.
I know you want to move on, but I just wanted to come up and say to him, like, this whole black bourgeoisie, like, a lot of y'all are the problem. You feel like, oh, you got to a certain point, you made it, now you have your little cigar group, and y'all standing over there pointing a finger back at everybody else, not knowing down, quote unquote, down here in the hood, these black boys and these young men, they pull in money. Like I said the other day, like, just because people don't have money and things in banks, they are the ones that's down here feeding the kids. They the ones that's down here making sure children have shoes and making sure that they have school supplies and stuff. Growing up here in Atlanta, every Sunday I went to church. The whole church was practically half full of dope boys bringing money to the church and taking care, making sure the elderly ladies got home and got food and all of that kind of stuff. So my whole thing is this whole mindset is if everybody don't make it the same way, if the blueprint don't look like your blueprint, then nobody made it, which is absolutely the furthest thing from the truth. When y'all could probably look back at the Black Panthers, and I'm sure if you was living when the Black Panthers was living, you would have been calling them YNs. When in reality, they was out here starting breakfast programs. They was out here boosting our community up and doing stuff like that. So that's why people look at you as a coon because you feel like since you made it to Connecticut, you sitting up with your toes curled up. Now you can sit back and point your finger at what you feel like not right. You haven't started not one program. It's men down here in Atlanta starting golfing programs for the children. It's men down here in Atlanta starting all kind of different things for the children to be able to get involved and make money, entrepreneurial programs. Like we had the boys on the side of the road with that was the Atlanta Water Boys that got national attention. A group of black men went and got them, started them a whole LLC. They got a whole business here making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't see you doing none of that. You sitting up at your castle thinking you looking low, pointing your finger. What about these white and what about them? What about them? Because I'm pretty sure they pulling in way more, if not double, if not triple, than these white tees out here. So I need y'all to get a different type of thought about the way that y'all look at people, especially with somebody who claimed he came from the South. Like, and I done heard you on here saying, oh, why the Africans don't let us get with they women? Why the Jamaicans don't? That's really your only talking point. You just trying to get between some legs. So at the end of the day, keep your mind and your mouth off our black boys because they will they'll break the glass ceiling at the end of the day.
And can I
I've been
just
coming
add?
on Love for a long time.
I want to ask a
I
question.
was I
For
was
people to assume all these things about me.
Wait a minute, hold on, DR. Anaya. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to go do something. Anaya, you thinking about Shorty Mac.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You talking about the breathing.
Okay, because he sound like that guy that always be like, why they don't let us get they
Right.
women too. Okay,
That's
well,
Shorty
I
Mac.
retract that part.
I know, yeah, that's Shorty Mac. He got a problem with them not letting him breathe, honey. Okay, so
Hey, can I ask a question
yeah,
right
go
quick?
ahead,
Can I ask a
Cedric.
question right
Go
quick?
ahead, Cedric.
Okay, so look, I just want to ask the young man said that he was. I think I heard him say that he was, doing pretty good or whatever. Have you done anything to share your game with some of these young cats? Like, some of your business savvy or something to bridge the gap between you and the people so-called in the hood. Have you shared any of your game to I'm not saying share your money. Have you shared them the game to make the money that you're making so-called? That's my question to you.
People assume because I asked a question, I want to understand something. It's different, like an
Okay,
older
but
man thing.
that's kind
No,
of
no,
like a
no,
yes
no,
or
no.
no answer, though,
Let me
sir. It
explain.
really
Let me
is.
explain. Let me explain.
It's real simple.
Sir, let me
That's a
explain.
yes or no. Well,
I'm
I
gonna
can
answer.
answer for
I'm
you
gonna answer the
because I
question.
have. I'm not
I'm
well
getting
off,
ready to
but I
answer the
share my
question.
game. I'm the type of cat that would tell the
Why
young
are
cats
you
to
asking me a
stop
question,
wearing
sir? You're
them.
not letting me
Okay,
answer it.
but okay, all right, go ahead, go ahead.
Let's be fair. Listen to me, right? We done studies on conditioning in inner cities and urban cities. There are a lot of different problems when you talk about the state, the municipal, the city, the district. When you go to the South, it's broken down differently. There's different problems in different
Oh, is that a yes
districts.
or a no? We got
What
to
I
move on
do,
because
what I can,
Hey
what
man,
we,
you can't
wait.
you
Hold
what,
on, Cedric. You done low key came up here and had the whole interview for
pretty
yourself.
much.
He's
So
Pretty
trying to
can you
hire
just
one of
answer
us.
yes or no so we can move on with the
yeah,
show?
can I just want to complete my thought.
Okay, go ahead, y'all. I'll give you a
Okay,
minute to land your
so
plane, then we're
what
gonna
I
move
what I
on.
do and what I can do, what I'm effective at, is supplying the necessary assistance to local, municipal, state, and federal agencies that are providing those services. Because I
so the
can't go
answer
in
is
every
no.
state. No, no, sir, I can't go in every state and serve everybody, but I can help those who are already doing it. That's what I do.
Have you done it? Yes or no? We're not talking about
I
you
said
paying
yes. I
taxes,
said yes.
but it
I said
sounds like you
yes.
said it
You
through
took
paying
all that to
taxes.
say yes?
I said, listen to what I said. I got a couple of seconds. Listen to what I said. I cannot personally go into every city in 50 states in America and personally walk everybody across the street.
No, we're
But if
talking about
there
your
are
city.
people, hold a minute, let me finish. There are local agencies, there are local community organizations that are doing that. I provide them with the necessary things that they need so that they can help their local constituencies. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do, because I know I can't. I go back to where I'm from in South Carolina. Yeah, I help my people in South Carolina. I help my people in different parts of New York City where
Oh
I grew up.
Lord, this
I had
guy
a
I help
here.
my
I
people
had
in
a question,
Connecticut.
and I just have one
But as
last
far as the
question.
other places are concerned, I provide them with the necessary resources that they need to provide the services to their local constituents.
I just
So
have
his
one more.
answer is no.
I right. Basically. I had one more question. So your original question was, you're trying to understand the mind of a person that comes from the hood. Did your parents come from the hood, sir?
No, no.
So back in the were your parents around in how you said you was 73, so they were around in the 60s and stuff, right? So they went through a struggle too. And I know that for sure because my people went through the struggle as well. And I'm sure you have heard stories of your people coming out of that struggle, and I'm sure they have shared it with you. So how in the world could you not relate? One thing that I do not like, and I have plenty of bragging rights. I don't go around bragging, and I don't feel like I'm bigger or better than any program. I keep myself very open and flexible and open-minded to people, situations, and things, and I never sit here and walk around with my head held so high that I can't relate to another person. Okay? So what I want to ask you is, out of all of that information that I'm sure that they have shared from you in all different walks of life, why is it so hard for you to comprehend that there are different people in the hood that come from the hood with different mindsets?
My point was, right, people don't
Gotta wrap
communicate.
this up. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
I'm
got a
I'm
show
gonna
to run.
give
Okay.
me a second.
this
Give
is
me a
like a
No,
second. I'm
Bible
no,
finished.
no,
study. I don't
no,
want to be
no,
at.
no. Let's go. I'm gonna give you a second, but first address the prompt. Hold on, hi Cedric.
Thank you.
What you say,
Just saying
Cedric?
he's had long enough. I'm bored. No, I
Yeah, I
said
mean,
that
Yeah,
I
I'm
he
know
bored
sound
it's
like to
too.
me he has had long enough.
Sir,
I
sir, you're making assumptions
of
about
him.
me. You don't even know me. You don't even know me. That's the problem.
Come
okay.
That's
on,
why I
Let's
man.
said
get
people
You
need to
bad
DRR.
talk.
enough, man. Hey,
That
can we move
Let's
Yeah,
on?
but we can hear you.
Can we
okay
move on,
DRR.
Love
Yeah,
World?
we about to, Cedric. We definitely about to. Shout out to the room. Shout out to everybody in here. Shout out to all the gifters, the panelists. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube chat. Tap that screen. We trying to get our 100K tonight. Make sure you do your daily heart meets and share the live. DRR, can you address the prompt, and then you can use your 2 minutes to talk about whatever you want. Because we
Who's
gonna move
responsible
on.
for a community demands when the community demands answer? The government. A community under corporate justice. The government's responsible, right? We must start
DRR, you
focus.
heard about the Asian burning that cross in the middle in Chicago, right?
I blame government.
Okay,
I
go
blame the
ahead.
government. I blame the local municipalities. I blame the local judges. Because one of these situations, the man is partners or friends with the judge in the case. I blame the system. I blame the communities. I blame, in terms of the communities, I'm talking about the communities in terms of the municipalities, the district leaders, the councilmen, the congressmen, the U.S. senators, the state senators, because they know what's going on in these communities, and they're not standing up and changing it. They're not changing policies or procedures or laws that would be assisting people in these communities that are going through all this tragedies. I also blame leadership in terms of our community. We have to stand up more. We have to request things from the government. The government regulates the laws. The government put laws into place. The government put sheriffs into place, judges, federal judges, state judges, whatever. It is a government. It's this the government that is the beginning of the social ills in America. It's been the government from the beginning. It's the government to the end. The government, we have to address the government. We have to address our leadership in the government. We have to address the administrations that we're dealing with in the government. We have to point out to them that they're not fulfilling the Constitution. They're not fulfilling laws that were put into place, civil rights laws, local laws. They're being violated, and nobody's bringing the attention to how the government officials and the government itself is violating the laws that they put into place, that they said they would come back. We in the Constitution, we're a protected class of people. Those are laws in place to protect us from the things that we're facing right now.
I have a rebuttal for him, love.
Go ahead, Anaya.
My thing with people like him, and I want to say to America, we do have to be aware that a lot of our Black American people, they didn't see struggle. They were up. They were up. That's how the Harlem Renaissance even happened. Like he said,
Right.
his family went to Harlem and all of that stuff. You have to be very cognizant of that stuff. We had beautiful Black thriving communities prior to. No, but I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying for the chat. But I feel like that's his disconnect. I feel like, it is some people that did not experience no struggle, and they have been looking down on a certain portion of the community. But to what he was just saying, my whole thing with him, I really honestly forgot what he was just saying.
Girl,
To
his
be
ass
honest,
fronting. His ass is, let me tell you something. He's fronting. He's sitting
yeah.
his ass up there because when you are successful and when you are confident in who you are, you don't need to sit here and try to brag and ask questions like that.
The government's not
Ain't no, you not
responsible.
fooling. Wait a minute, Mr.
That's
Suit
what I was
Man.
gonna say when he
You ain't
said
This is what I'm
fooling
saying. The
nobody.
government is
is
responsible, not
responsible.
You
me.
are
Thank you.
not.
He
Wait a
dropped
minute.
my
Is the government
You
made
ain't
for you
fooling.
though?
The
You
no,
not
government is
fooling
responsible,
nobody.
sir.
Everyone.
That's why we have a
It's the
government.
YouTube. If you want to, the documentary on YouTube is called Inside. Hold on. Inside the Negro Middle Class. I love it. I done watched it about 10 times. So y'all can check that documentary out. It was made in the 1970s. So maybe that'll give y'all a better understanding of people like DRR, you know.
What I'm
right.
saying, this is my thing. This is what I'm saying. It didn't even have to be a financial struggle. I'm talking about the civil rights struggle, period. Being discriminated against, watching hangings and lynching, watching our people get spit in
Strange
their
Fruit.
face.
I love
Or
TikTok
I love
shop.
TikTok
Strange
shop.
Fruit.
I love TikTok shop. That's what I'm talking about when I mean struggle. I don't mean just,
But
being
no,
poor.
I'm just saying they mentally disconnected from all of that kind of stuff. They weren't
Some
engaged in that stuff. They weren't helping.
those
Some of them
people,
were spending money, but they
That's an
were completely
excuse.
I'm
That's
not
not.
talking,
disconnected.
That's an
but before
excuse.
then,
It's
they
the
had to
truth.
fight. You got to remember though, before then they were dirt poor. Nobody had nothing. They had to fight to make it to where they got. They didn't just wake up one day and was there. They fought to get there. So there was a struggle that was there in every Black American family. And although you may be removed for it, I was removed from it also. There's a lot of us that were
But
removed
once
from it,
again,
but
I
that
believe
doesn't
in the
mean that.
out of America theory, to
Okay,
be
y'all. Let's
honest.
move
I don't
on with
believe we dealt with a lot of stuff that people try to put on us. But to DRR, this why I came up here yesterday, loves, to bring this to your attention about this cross burning and stuff. So that was my
it's
question
your
to him.
turn
How could
anyway.
he
Go ahead,
not
Anaya.
even bring up
Anaya,
any type of
It's your question. It's your turn anyway. So if you want to go ahead and address the prompt.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my whole thing is these people have to be accountable for the HATE that they even bring into America to begin with. Like I saw a thing where a girl was saying, growing up, Black Americans, we teach our kids that HETE is like a bad word. They can't even say it in our presence. They can't even go around spewing it. So for him to just completely scapegoat everything that these communities are perpetrating against us, the things that they doing, is white supremacy, all of this stuff that they are propping up, for him to just go around that and once again keep pushing these same talking points that they've been pushing for the last 70 years that ain't got us absolutely nowhere while we in the situation that we in now. That's why people like him do need to sit down and shut up, because like what he said, he been doing, pumping money behind the scenes into the system. He learned that from his family. That's what I'm saying. That's what these people was doing. They was removed on these islands and all this stuff. We have islands out the coast of Georgia. These people was completely far removed from this stuff, and they was pumping money into these situations. That's why they had, when Martin Luther King went to an island off the coast of Georgia and met with a white tea man to help him write the I Have a Dream speech. That's the kind of stuff that they was shielding people from, because once again, the black bourgeoisie, they pull a lot of these strings and stuff, and that's the type of stuff that we need to get disconnected from if we are genuinely gonna ascend to where it is that we supposed to be. So that's the whole point that I was making. I wasn't trying to give him a pass or nothing like that. My whole point is we have to expand our mind to, we did have a lot of free Black Americans moving around freely in America when some of our people were prisoners of war. So we have to open our mind up to the fact that all of our people weren't in one class of system. It was a lot of free Black Americans, even in New Orleans, that was free the entire time during slavery. You can look that up easily. So that's my whole point. Those type of people, their descendants are still here, and we just have to be aware of that.
Key here? No, I don't know. Thank you, Anaya.
Problem, lady.
Okay, Stuart, how you doing?
I'm doing well, and I'm just appreciative of what Anaya just said. And
First, you want to address the prop?
Yeah, okay. I'm thankful the fact that we are having to be in this position because of the emergence of it.
First, you want to address the prompt, Stuart. The prompt is about the Asian man who, I don't know if he been found yet. If somebody know if he been found, but it was an Asian man who burnt this triple K cross in Chicago.
Oh, okay. And well, they haven't found him yet. I'm just made aware of that situation. I didn't even see the news on that. But there is a need for accountability and responsibility for everything that's going on. I'm hoping y'all were aware of all the people.
In Grant Park, Stuart.
Okay. And I've been a long time in Chicago. I was in Chicago for 3 years during my undergrad. And I just know that Chicago is not a place for that. And if any so-called of our youth were in there, because Chicago is the only place that really brought about the definition of so-called YNs. Y'all, we don't have that problem all over the place. We don't have that problem with a generation gap or us older men not talking to the younger crowd. We don't have that in our community all over the place. I'm talking about all the so-called rappers in upper class have communicated back to the younger generation. Even Marshawn Lynch has some things going on with the younger generation. All the athletes and entertainers always do that. Snoop Dogg has a lot of stuff going on right here in Watts. He actually paid for the young people's junior football league program. And him and Uncle Luke, over the years, they've been having a championship, a countrywide championship with that. So this is not, I don't know why Chicago has let the guard down. Because when I was in Chicago, like I said, as a youth pastor, I don't think it was let down back then. And that was from 86 to 89 before I came back to Los Angeles. So, I mean, in addressing the prompt, I would say that the community is becoming united right now upon the emergence of all these things that have happened to us. I think we can easily find that person. I think we can find them out. I really do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, DRR. I'm going to rotate you down. Thanks for coming up. And Stuart, I'm going to rotate you down. Thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
up as well. Y'all can always come back up. Okay, child. Tamika, how you doing? You want to address the prompt?
Hey, love, I'm good. Who's responsible? I hadn't heard about the guy who burned the cross. This was my first time hearing it. But I think a lot of these immigrants are becoming the new Triple K because a lot of them have a lot of vitriol for us. I think the media is a part of it because to me, the media was very, very biased in the Carmelo Anthony. I was looking at his stuff, and it seemed like they had already had their mind made up already, and there was a lot of stuff that they didn't say in the media. So I think partly the media has a lot to do with um, these these immigrants act to us or whatever. Um, because the media, of course, is controlled by the white tea people and the small hats. So they don't really care to get our side of the story. As far as what he said, like this stuff don't go on all over the country. I've noticed that it happens in a lot of places where there are a lot of immigrants. Um, the South is fairly new to immigrants, and um, we don't we don't play that down south. We just don't. Um, I was in the military, and I've been all over the United States, and I've lived at a couple of places, and I don't see black people as a whole coming together like they do in the South. But for some reason, in the South, we come together and we stick together. It doesn't matter where you're from. Um, so yeah, I just think immigrants are becoming the new Triple K, and something has to be done about it. Like, want us to take our country back because I'm sick of it.
I agree. Thank you for coming up, Tamika. You can always come
Thank you,
back up.
love.
And I
Thank
followed
you.
you back too. You're welcome. Joy Love. You want to, Joy Love?
I'm here. I'm listening. How
Hi.
is it?
What's your ethnicity?
I'm black. I'm foundational black.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see. Cedric, did you want to address the prompt?
Yeah, I'll address it right
Okay.
quick. Anybody that burnt now, I must say that this is my first time hearing about it here, maybe like about an hour or two ago. Anybody that's burning a cross on anybody's land, particularly a Black American land, that's taking a page out of the white folks YT. We love TikTok. Anybody that does that has taken a page out of the YT's, taken a page out of their playbook, and he's responsible. He's responsible. There's no if, ands, or but about it. I don't want to hear nothing about the government. Yeah, that's part of the system. That is the system. Okay, and well, but he's taking a page out of someone that has invited him to take a page out of their book. And I'm going to land right there.
Okay, thank you, Cedric. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming up, Cedric. I'm gonna rotate you down. You always
All
can
right.
come back up. However, we're gonna be changing prompts soon. Joy, how you doing? You want to address the prompt?
I'm from Chicago, and I drove by where the cross was burned today. I was driving out there that way, and it's just, I work with a lot of immigrants. I'm a therapist, and oftentimes I've heard some things said that will really blow your mind because when they come over here, they're told and they feel superior. I just think at this point, I feel like we should be set apart. I look at it from a spiritual perspective. I feel that, you know, we just need to be to ourselves right now because there's a lot of vitriol hatred towards us. And I just think that there's biblical reasons for it. So I'm just looking for the, I don't think it's a sustainable system anymore. I just think that we need to, we're traumatized. We have PTSD. I feel that way. We may go to work, we wear a poker face around them, and then we go home and we speak amongst each other. We're hurting. And I just think that we need to pacify each other and really concentrate on who we are. And I just don't think that we need to be allowing access to who we are all the time so freely. We need to be more protective. That's all.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Joy? Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead, Odam.
Hey, Joy, you said you rode past that location. Is that location is it like in a predominantly like black neighborhood where we're at, or is it somewhere isolated where they can kind of get away with that?
It's literally right across the street from the lake. It's literally right near the museum campus.
Is that like a good neighborhood, or like is that in the
It's like
hood?
the money neighborhood. It's where all the
Oh,
museums are.
okay. So it's not
Planetarium.
like in our community where they came to the hood and
No,
put
it's
on.
like
Oh, okay.
literally lakefront, downtown, Grant Park. It's right on Lakeshore Drive.
Okay, so they
Wow,
went
that was
somewhere
a
safe.
statement to be made.
And they went somewhere safe, Love's World. If you notice, they never come to us with those games. They're going to go somewhere safe where they could play those games like Chud did.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I'm getting the picture. I only saw it on the video. I didn't know, if it was houses around or not. But yeah, either
And
way you go. Go ahead, Anaya.
I just wanted to speak on what Joyce said too, because I do feel like all of this stuff is spiritual, and everybody have to go find the video of the girl who grandparents had the KKK around them, like they came in their house like in the middle of the night, and like she was saying, these people are like
Triple K for
warlocks.
that
They're
TikTok
doing
shop.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're doing these type of spiritual rituals and all of this type of stuff on us to try to harvest our energy and things like that. So these people are very well versed in all of these demonic activities. So we have to start educating ourselves on certain things, that tactics that they trying to use on us to like harvest our energy and stuff like that, because it's definitely spiritual. But that's all I want to say.
Okay, hey Chef. This is what I wanted to ask you, Joy. Without breaking patient confidentiality or anything, can you tell me something that stood out to you? Maybe you can share with us that maybe a complaint the immigrants have about Black Americans.
I mean, where do I start? So I'm an occupational therapist, and it's like in the medical field, we're experiencing an infusion of like people from Pacific Islands, the Filipinos, the Nigerian, all of them. A lot of people are coming there, and I have worked in areas where, with like, for instance, a couple of the people that I go out, we go bowling. I don't even associate them with them anymore, because they're like saying things like, "Well, I just bought a condo, and I hear them talking, and they're like, it's right on such and such a street, a place where it's been gentrified." Because I grew up on the west side of Chicago, and they're like, they're telling their colleagues, "Oh, but it's cool over there now. There are no black people over there, no black people no more." And these are like people from the Philippines, I have had an issue where I almost got fired once because I was speaking to one Persian guy, and it is Iranian. And he was saying, "I don't understand why you guys are so violent. Why are you so violent?" And I got pissed off, and I said, "Excuse me, are you not from Iran? Are you not Persian?" It's like they come over here and act like, you know, they're oblivious to violence. You come from Mexico, you know about Juarez. You come from Afghanistan, wherever you come from, you fled, and there is violence there. But when they come to our community, it becomes an issue where they want to point fingers. It's just, I've experienced it all.
Yeah, that's hilarious. It's like they almost, once they step their dirty toe on American soil, they forget about where they just came from. And they say, "I'm jumping right on Team Whitey as soon as I put my toe on this soil."
Yeah, and some of them, like, I have one friend who come from India. She said, "I know you're not voting Democratic. And she's like, we work together. She's not even, she's a first generation, and she's telling me I need to vote for Trump. And you telling me about my people that have been here since 1791. You gonna come from India and tell me what I need to be doing? They don't listen to what we have to say, you know. But when you go to India, when you go to New Delhi and everything, you look how filthy it is, and they running from over there. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Well, y'all, we just gotta keep showing and proving. Hey, Chef Andre, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? How you doing? I heard somebody say Chicago, and I immediately came up here.
You
I
want to
heard,
address the prompt?
yeah, I do want to address the prompt, and like Jobo said, I'm from the West Side of Chicago, Austin community. So like, let me tell you the timeline of when that happened. Right, that happened 30 minutes after we heard the verdict. That's when it happened. Literally 30 minutes after we heard the verdict. They already
Oh
mad. And then
no!
the boy walked back to Cermak. So where that is, you can literally go there. It's like down by, it's up from McCormick Place a little bit. It's down by the Field Museum, but you can cut back over that way. You can get to Chinatown. Chinatown's right there. And so like, he's not going to come out of there with that. Do not. You surrounded by black people. Cause we took over that side of Chicago now. So like we used to not live on that like up to past 26th Street, whatever. But people who used to live in Bronzeville came up now, and now they're living in those high rises down there. So it did kind of set sort of a statement, because I got a friend of mine who stays down there with 2 daughters, or whatever. But at the same time, only thing they showed on the news was these scary black people, the old black people. They didn't show what we talking about right now. Because we talking about taking some action, and we don't get together and talk about it on the internet where our enemy can hear us at.
Right, right.
No,
So,
we don't do that.
are y'all boycotting Asian businesses in Chicago too?
Oh hell, oh yeah, we doing that.
Okay.
We don't go to Africans to get our hair done. I ain't never known nobody. My grandma ain't never got her hair done by no African. We don't do that. I mean, they not in our neighborhood. You understand that? Like, Africans don't live over here on the west side. They don't be out south like that. You know what I'm saying? They live up north. So if you African, you say you from Chicago, I automatically know that you stay up north in Evanston somewhere. You don't stay out here. Or you stay out in Naperville somewhere. You're not from Chicago. You from the suburbs. So like that ain't nothing to be scared of. Cause one thing, man, we ain't scared of. You ain't not gonna come do nothing in our neighborhood. You're not gonna come here. Y'all go places where y'all safe at. Y'all can walk back. And then at that, he took a risk, because it really ain't safe down there like that. Because if them kids would have seen you doing that, them kids would have laid hands and feet on you. I'm
So,
laying there.
so, Chef, did they find the man yet?
Oh, we looking for him. Oh, we looking for
He
him.
on the run. He on the
Oh no,
run.
we looking for him. We looking for him. We got it down. So we looking for him. We got it down to he worked around the Chinatown Library. So we got it down to that so far right now. He work over there. So
So,
like
what's
we
the
don't
Asian community? If the Asian community, what's their response to this?
care. They
I mean,
responsible.
have they said anything?
They
That's what
nobody we don't talk to them no way. We don't talk to them. They not gonna say nothing. They just gonna act like it
okay.
never happened. That's how they
Oh,
is.
okay.
That's just how they is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them people, I've never had an Asian friend in Chicago my entire life. Never. Them people don't go to school with us. I don't know what school they go to. I know they go to college, but besides that, I don't know what high school they go to. They got their own little enclave. They got their own little police department. It's crazy because like I've never seen a black police officer in the area, but you'll see them over in our area trying to police us and stuff like that.
Really?
This is what I noticed with them. Yeah, it's like that. You see them like for real. This is one lady. We got her moved because I didn't like her. This one Asian lady. We got her moved last year from the 15th precinct because of the way she was out here. She was out here just starting stuff with kids. The way she was talking to kids is mad aggressive. You ain't have to be that aggressive to people, but you doing that to get a reaction so you can lock somebody up. I don't like the way the police do people like that. Because I've learned to control my anger with the police because I don't like them. I've had bad experience with the police my whole entire life. So if I see somebody getting messed with by the police, I have to go say something. But I've learned to not be reactionary all the time. But it's hard for me to do that because I don't like seeing kids getting messed with. I don't like seeing women get messed with by the police. I don't like that. Especially here in Chicago. I was in Florida. I was the same way in Florida. In Florida, I was the same way. I was the same when I moved to California. When I moved out there. I'm a chef. I travel. I've been all over the place. But like I'll tell you one place I went to, they didn't mess with me at. When I lived in Somerset, Kentucky, they didn't mess with me because they figured you the smartest. I was the smartest Negro in town, and they knew that, and I knew the law. They ain't mess with me.
Shout
But
out to that. One thing is being more and more clear every day. Our government is stacking these immigrants in all these different job capacities, police officers, they in our politics. They all on top of us. That gotta change. They having these people who don't like us police us and all other kind of stuff. Hey Sam, hey, thank you for coming up, Chef. I'm gonna rotate you down. Thank you for
Hello.
coming up, Joy. I'm gonna rotate you down too, because we're gonna be changing prompts. Hey, hey,
Hello. Can you
hi,
hear me?
yep, hey Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing great today.
What's your ethnicity?
I am a Black American.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm also from the west side of Chicago,
Okay.
and I live in an area called K-Town. And I actually grew up on the west side of Chicago, and I still reside. My family has been on the west side since 1966, and we still have our same properties. And I it's like this. They tell lies about the West Side. You know, it's all what you hear on the news because every community have its struggles, but these are not as they're not as bad as they are made out to be, you know. And I don't spend a dime with Asians anymore. They don't have to do my nails, my eyebrows, none of that. And I'm not giving them a penny. I'm over it. You know, after that cross burning downtown, I just, I don't think it's fair to blame the municipalities like the mayor. I don't think it's fair for him to be blamed for something a person with low class that did that. You know,
What do you
so.
blame them for the influx for having y'all for fighting for y'all to be a sanctuary city and the influx of immigrants?
Well, I think that's maybe a party thing, you know, and those immigrants were, you know, I don't want to turn anybody away. However, I feel like the people on the west side and the south side, hey, the east side and the north side should be giving anything that's helpful for their survival first. And if there's anything left, then hey, give it to them, you know. But the people that's already been here, I do not agree with that. But I do see some things that the mayor have done in a positive way, like the new facility in up on Madison Street, which is where the most of the a little farther down where the Asians have their shops. But I do see that he did some good work. He's also doing work in the Austin community where he resides. So, you know, they always talk about the negative stuff, but they don't talk about the positive things. So I will say that about the mayor. But
Can I
but
say
I'm all,
something?
go ahead.
I'll tell her to. Go ahead, Anaya.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure she was done, but I do want her to look into Miss Jessica Jackson up there, Flip Chicago Red, because they up there stealing thousands of acres of Black people land, taking people houses, all of this kind of stuff. So it sounds like to me he waving a shiny penny in everybody's face when it comes to a facility here and there, but he actually behind y'all back, he taking people houses, he taking people land, he misplacing a lot of people. When y'all look at all of those city council meetings and all of that stuff in Chicago, it's Latino people that's making the decisions in Chicago right now. So I mean I do believe that the children are not as bad as they portray them to be. I definitely believe that because that's how I feel about Atlanta. But at this, in the same token, y'all can't just sit down and let these people misplace and displace y'all and push y'all out from where y'all supposed to be. Because I know you said that your family still have their land, but it's a lot of people that they are taking the land out from under them and putting immigrants into those places. So
And you are
I,
so correct. I don't mean to cut
Wait a
you off.
minute. Yeah, hold
oh,
on
you
for a
did, and
second.
I was
Hold
done.
on, y'all. Hold on, Anaya. John,
Yes,
you
actually,
say you say Latinos run Chicago?
I was asking because she said all the decisions in Chicago are being made by Latinos.
Are
Yeah,
you Black
No,
American? You don't sound
he
Black
not.
American.
Oh, no, no, sir. I
Okay,
was referring to
so
what was said.
Anaya, okay, so I want to correct what was said, right?
Go ahead,
So
Chef.
I live on I live on Augusta. I live on Augusta and I'm on right here on Augusta and Monitor. I don't care where you know I'm at. You ain't coming over here to do nothing. But like I live around the corner from Mayor Johnson, right? He lives on Waller, like live around the corner from him. Um, I just got a $600,000 grant to plant trees, right? And I went through Brandon Johnson to get that. We partnered with Austin High School. We saved Austin High School. My organization's the lead liaison on it, and it's black men. All black men. There's no black women involved in this at all. We've been going around. We bought 28 properties in the last year because we're being bought out by corporations. Corporations are locking us out of these houses. There's not no Brandon Johnson got nothing to do with this. It's corporations doing this, right? People like to put the blame on him. See, like me, I'm fair. I'll get on you when you do something bad,
So it's
but if you
not
do
true
good,
about
I'll
the
say
tax,
something about it.
Chef. So it's not true what we hearing about the
It's not.
taxes.
Yeah. It's
No, about
so
the
what you're
taxes
hearing.
being raised. That's not true. The
So the
property
taxes.
taxes.
So let me explain why it's like that, right? So if you have corporations leaving, you have factories leaving, right? This isn't like back in the '60s when my grandparents got here, and like my grandparents got here in the '50s, right? Early '50s, and when they came in from Mississippi, there were mad factories here. A lot of people came up here from, they went to Detroit, they went to Philadelphia, places like that for factory work, right? You get rid of the factories and you move them out. Now you don't have labor anymore. So you have people leaving. If you have people leaving, you can't tax these companies anymore. So what happens? That falls on the residents that live there. If there are no businesses there, right? Because a lot of businesses are closed now. So COVID killed a lot of, a lot of businesses went away, right? With COVID. So the taxes have to go somewhere. And then you don't have schools anymore. So if you start closing, if there's no body to fill the schools, and there's nobody living there with the houses and things like that, whatever, and there's nothing to tax, your property taxes go up. And that's why it's like that. And it's not just happening to us. We see it happening all over the place. It so happened as Chicago is really, really, like really super expensive.
Okay,
So like,
thank you. You gotta land your plane.
Can I just
No,
rebuttal
we
to
gotta move on. We gotta move on to the new prompt, y'all. Did you land your plane, Chef?
mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you for coming up. John, thank you for coming up. Psalms, thank you for coming up. Y'all can all come back up to address this new segment. Shout out to the people in the chat, this TikTok chat. Shout out to the YouTube chat. We really appreciate y'all joining the discussion tonight. And thanks for the taps. Thanks for the daily heart meet and all the gifts. Shout out to my amazing mods. I really appreciate y'all. And shout out to all the brave, courageous panelists. All right, y'all, let's get into this new prompt. Asians and Black Americans, what's the issue? My goal, hopefully we can get some Asians in here to discuss whatever they think the issue is, and maybe we can talk to them, see what they talking about or whatever. I don't know how it's gonna go. But we can do open panel. And I know you was trying to say something, so you can say it until we, start bringing these people up to address the prompt.
Oh no, I just wanted I was just saying to him, for him to almost take pride that no women are involved in whatever work they have going on with the mayor. He like, oh, it's all men, it's no women. Like that's the issue. Like I said, the Chicago Flips Red, they actually are all women. So now I'm realizing that they being locked out. That's kind of, I guess, some of the politics behind what's going on in Chicago. Once again, I'm far removed from there, so I really don't know. But I do check up on stuff, so I do know that it is thousands upon thousands of acres of land being taken from Black Americans in Chicago, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, thank you. So American, would you like to address the prompt? It's okay. I think American might be busy. Oh, damn. Would you like to address the prompt? I know you from California, so you probably had more interaction with Asians than I have, other than, you know what I mean, dealing with them as far as going to shops and this and that. And I've worked for a couple of Asians, but I don't know if it's a difference in the way they feel, because I've worked for several Koreans, and you know, actually they was pretty okay with me, you know what I mean? But I don't know, like, is it a separation in, you know, certain Asian groups?
Oh yeah, definitely. Growing up in California and Compton and in LA, it was always contentious between the Asian community and the Black community because the Asian community comes into our community and they're mad disrespectful. And growing up in the 90s, that was around the time when the Tasha girl got pew pew by that lady. That's when Tupac was out there telling us how we need to stand 10 toes down. And when we had the uprising with Rodney King. So in California growing up, we've always as Black people know it's us versus everybody. Like we don't have no allies. We've always been kind of small numbers out there, and the Asian community has no respect for us.
I agree. So I mean, but was it a certain group, like was it the Chinese, or you think it's all of them?
It was mainly the Koreans that would be in our neighborhoods. Like, it would get so bad where like our cousins, our parents would tell us not to go there. After a while, they'll have to shut down. It was mainly the Koreans. They're still out there. They have swap meets because they could bring all this stuff cheap from Asia, right? So it's kind of like a give and take. They were the Sheen before Sheen came out. They were the Fashion Nova before Fashion Nova came out. So it's kind of like, okay, do you want this shit for cheap or and be disrespected, or do you want to go to the mall, you know, get maybe a little more respect but pay more? It's just the convenience and the cheapness of it. So they don't respect us, we don't respect them. We know we're just coming there for that. It's just like every party knows we're only going there to do business, and they better tread lightly, meaning them. They know that.
Okay, hold on, Bree.
Yeah, I
What's
also,
your ethnicity?
so I'm Black American, but my last name is Casaneras because my great grandfather came from the Philippines during World War I, and he married my grandmother who's from Florida. And yeah, that's pretty much why I wanted to speak because I actually
Okay.
live in California, the Bay Area.
Okay. Well, so let me have you address the prompt. Asians and
Okay.
Black Americans. What you think the issue is, Bree?
I think that like a lot of other minorities, they kind of adopt white supremacist views, and they're not taking that.
Wait a minute. Hold on, Bree.
Go
Just
ahead. Go ahead.
let me make this announcement. Not that nobody asked me.
Okay. Go
I
ahead.
do have a half brother. His name is Kenji. He's half black and half Vietnamese.
Uh huh.
His mom's name is Na. Yeah, I just gotta let y'all know that we are not close at all. But you know, I probably talk to him every 5 to 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't, you know, I don't really have a, you know, I really don't know these people like that. And I even have a half brother, and he's just, you know, so different. But go ahead.
Wait, shout out to Na. Shout out to Na.
For sure. Nah. That's wild. I also do, of course, I have a lot of family members that happen to be biracial, and I think it's a very mixed bag. Because I live in California, there's a lot of mixed people here, period. But predominantly a lot of Blasians, a lot of, Black and Latino mixes. I would say on an individual level is definitely different than group level, because you can link with other Asians out here and they'll be cool with you, but when it comes to like their group, they know how their family is as a unit, and I think some people just kind of like it's very hard for them to speak up. Some people do speak up, but a lot of people just kind of go with the group mentality out of fear of being ostracized. But I would say I'm gonna land my plane that my great grandfather, when he married my great grandmother, he wasn't allowed to bring his wife and his children here. He was only given citizenship for being part of the military. So I don't know anyone that's full Filipino or even really half Filipino, because that's my grandfather's siblings, and there's only one living. She's about 90 something. So all I know is being Black American. Even with my mother, she happens to be mixed, but her grandfather was Jewish and he had a Black wife. So all I know is being Black American. But I do have an uncle that's part Filipino and Hispanic, and he lives his life like a Hispanic man. I don't know his children. That's my father's brother. So, and he acts kind of off, but like I said, it's very hit or miss. But I did go to school, with Asian kids, and I always had a good time. Nobody treated me crazy, or said anything out of pocket to me. As an adult, it gets a little different. But other than that, like I said, on an individual point, it matters, but you just got to be aware. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever
Anyways.
asked, Bree, have you ever asked any of your Asian friends about their anti-Blackness and where that comes from? Bree? Hey, Nether Boo. Hey,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you now. Have
Yeah,
you
yeah,
ever,
yeah.
with your friends that's Asian, have you ever asked them, since you say you're a Black American, have you ever asked them
Yeah.
about their anti-Blackness and where that comes from?
I've never asked
Why not, Bree? Why not? Why not?
Because I've always brought it up more like, here's some facts, and I made a lot of people feel very uncomfortable. But for example, like I have some people that say like, oh, you should be telling people that you're Filipino. I don't openly do that because I think it's a little coonish. I don't speak the language. I don't know much of the culture, so I don't outright meet people and be like, hey, I'm Filipino too. And I feel like there's a lot of mixed people that kind of lean on that. So
They
what
want
I
to be
do say,
anything other than Black.
exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend one time at work, and he told me about how his Black wife and children, he has a Black wife and children. He went to go see a match between a Hispanic guy and a Black guy. And at this party, he said that the Hispanic guy was saying nigga, 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 basically, right? So he was like, I was so
I love
distraught
TikTok
because
shop.
I have, sorry, my bad. I have,
Hey, American,
I
can
have,
you handle the stage for me real quick? Bree, we gonna need you to land your plane too, then get to
okay.
Netherable. Okay.
Basically, he said that he was very hurt
Well, oh
because,
damn,
he
I
had a
don't think
Black wife.
American know where to be found right now. Can you handle the
Okay.
stage? Oh damn, thank you.
Yep, I got
So,
it. So after you, Bree, it will be Netaboo.
okay, cool. But basically, I just let him know that because he's actually Mexican, that a lot of his own DNA is actually African. And in fact, there's not a lot of Latin people that don't have Black DNA in them. So I kind of shut that down. I think that instead of asking people stuff, I really just bring up facts. And, I just bring it back around. The world was much blacker. So everybody, and it wasn't thousands of years ago. I bring that up too. But anyways, that's
Okay.
how I deal with it. Take
All
care.
right. Thank you. All right, Netaboo. Hey, sis.
Hey, how you guys doing?
All is well.
Came
All is
up
well.
You lady.
for the first time to address the prompt, and then I will be happily back down in the comments. Okay, so I am also from Chicago. I'm a South Sider, but when I met my husband, and I hung out on the West Side a lot, especially during high school. But when I met my husband, I moved to the West suburbs because that's where he was from. But To address the prompt, Asians and Black Americans, what's the issue is how we are treated here. I noticed that, and I know you guys can agree with, although they have the beauty supplies like every 200 feet, they always have our Black American women working in there. Like they don't even want to talk to us. I'm trying to figure out how they even got around to hiring Black American women to even work in there because they still surveillance the entire store. But the thing they did better is they just got cameras everywhere, so I don't see them too much. Mm,
That's a really
so
good
that
point.
yeah, they don't you don't see them. You see like 4 or 5 like out here. See now I'm out in Joliet. We have this one beauty supply when I went in it about 10 years ago. It's huge. I remember when they were little, they had those ugly heads with the wigs on them in the window, and it was dark in there. And then we start to, buy the wigs, cut them up, create tracks, and then they just took it, mass produced it, and they sell it back to us. But the more they got from us, the bigger that store got, the bigger it got. And my problem with them is not just you're not treating us right. You can't even go in for a simple thing. Like with the Koreans, I don't wear nails, but I do like pedicures and manicures. So I would go in. I know that in the window that said $35. I'm trying to figure out has 90 now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, now you should get this for $5 more. And well, I don't want that. I just want you to, clean my toes and paint my nails. So I haven't had that stuff done in like 15 years because I don't like the whole you went in to do this and you come out paying 150. You don't have to, but it's the way they talk and you don't really understand. Next thing you know, it costs more than it was. You don't want to argue, so you just pay. And I'm like, I'm not going to be that person. So I stopped frequenting those places years ago. The only other place that I was going to maybe 2 years ago, because my husband loves Chinese food. And I was like, we can make that at home. We don't have to go in there. And then they look at us with such disdain. And all the years they have a business sitting right next door to a black business or any other business, they never come out of there and frequent any other place. And they could be next door to each other for 20 years. They've never been inside the other, but it's always the other way around.
Yep, that's true. And we got to be careful eating a food, y'all. It's been many
I don't
stories
eat that
across the
food.
U.S. where you
I
be
haven't had
seeing
that
they pick
food.
up roadkill, it be
No,
pigeons. It's literally news stories of it.
no, I
Oh my
have, but I
goodness.
had something to say quickly, and that is my mother's best friend was Filipino, and I work with some Filipinos. I'm gonna say this. I don't want to put them all, lump them together because to me, the Filipinos are seen to be a little bit more, less uh, radical than the others, like Chinese and Koreans. They're the difficult to me. Japanese as well, but Japanese, they tend to have that issue with most all races other than themselves. But Chinese and Korean, they take the cake. They want to do K-pop and they want to do this and that, and they want to be in the neighborhood. They follow you around. It's the shop owners, the Koreans and the Chinese. They come in for one reason only, because somehow they got those loans and somehow they come into the neighborhood and they just automatically treat us as subhuman.
And
I just
somehow
can't do it no more.
it wasn't a loan anymore. It became a grant because they didn't have to pay it back. But I just want to give a little bit of pushback on that. I know that you're saying that Filipinos are a little bit more nicer, and that may be true. I'm not saying it's not. But we, as Black Americans, as people, have to get away from saying our airing our grievances, saying what it is, and going. But not all of you, because they sure don't do it to us. We're all to them thieves. We're all baby mamas. We all have ABs. We all criminals. We all in prison. We just all. They don't say, but except for the ones I know that I work with every day, that I go to school with, and the one that's my boss, they just lump us all in. And we know we're
That's
not
true.
all. So I'm not going to be responsible if I say all of you Asians, hey, if it don't apply, then they should let it fly. I'm not gonna caveat what I'm saying, but we're not all of them. That let them handle that the same way we have to handle it.
Agreed. I agree.
And
Okay, so I think Carrie was next. How you doing, Carrie? Did you want to address the prompt? Or I'm sorry, I think Psalm was next. Have you spoken, Psalm?
On this,
Psalm, are you there? All right, Carrie, you could go ahead. Do you want to address the? Okay, all right. Carrie has left. All right, only one. Oh, you
No,
were up
I
here
was
already.
just yeah, I was just responding to Nedible. I was just saying when it comes to snakes, it's not up to us to go through and figure out which ones is poisonous or not. Like we got to get rid of all of them.
Great. You want to respond to that, Julie Love?
And y'all
Oh,
know
love
what?
track.
We gonna just end the show with Ask Black Americans, cause I don't know. It don't seem. What y'all think? Let me get y'all opinion.
I mean, yeah, let's bring some Africans in here. I mean, they do
Yeah.
act wild and uncivilized. They'll get it lit a little bit.
Right. Let's change it to Ask Black Americans. All right.
As
All right.
quiet as this kept, love, like somebody said something came down with them Asians, all them videos and stuff they put up, like they said they all got deleted. You see they stock market crashed over there in South Korea.